Ah, that's loud. Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for following, Teeps. Welcome to the Adventuring Guild.
Thank you.
Today's interview with Teeps, the bunny alchemist.
Greetings, champion.
Thank you. Welcome. I can't read it when it's like that. Trigger Finger Plays. Welcome. Everyone's joining the Adventuring Guild. But yeah, today I've got Teeps with me. We're gonna find out some secrets. How you doing today?
Greetings, champion.
Doing good, thank you. How are you?
Doing alright. Just drinking some special energy potions.
Ooh, what's the flavor?
I don't know how to describe it. Like Boomer, it's the flavor.
Wait, Boomer?
Boomer, yeah, like old people drink. It's like a type of monster, I guess. I don't know if that's a real flavor.
I don't know what old people drink.
I think prune juice, I imagine. I haven't spoken to any old people for a while. Yeah, it's a type of monster energy, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, do you want to... I assume everyone here already knows you by the looks of it, but do you want to give us a quick introduction about yourself?
Sure. Hello everyone, my name is Teeps. I am a alchemist VTuber who had an accident with one of his potions. So I'm, basically kind of stuck in this bunny form until we can find a way with my community to turn me back into my, original form.
I look forward to seeing how the alchemical experiments go. I'm sure we'll talk more about that in a bit. First, I have to detecting turnip. It's a bit of an echolocation because I'm a bat. I have to keep up appearances. But yeah, we got a few questions. We're gonna find out about your VTubing, and then we'll go on to more broader topics on what you do. Outside of that, I guess it's the best way to put it. Usually I leave chat questions till the end, but if they have any burning questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, you are a alchemist, currently bunny VTuber.
Yes.
Let's rewind the clock a little bit and see how you started. So how did you first come to discover VTubers?
Oh my gosh. This was like, 2 years ago. Like 2019 October, September or something like that. I used to be a facecam streamer. I've been a streamer in total of like 5 years since 2017. So I was kind of, having a plateau with my content, yada yada yada, and I was like, like I don't really know like what I want to do anymore. I don't know what can I do anymore like regarding my content, because like obviously I want to do better, but I just don't really know how. So by the time I was like kind of contemplating whether I should have ended just my streams and start doing like real life things instead, and then I went into YouTube. And I started like discovering all these like you know how YouTube algorithm is. It's so weird and it's so random, so it starts to suddenly like recommend like weird things for you. So they started recommending like HoloLive clips for me. And I was like, oh, like what is this? Anime people, wow. So
they're real.
Yeah. They're real, like wow. So I started like watching the clips, and I was like, oh, like I've heard or I've seen people do this before, just not as anime characters. People would usually be using whatchamacallit, the face rig like avatars instead.
Oh yeah, like Mokip and stuff. Not Mokip.
Yeah,
There's something I forgot
basically.
the name. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I didn't know that they were called VTubers. So obviously, because I don't really understand Japanese or anything like that, I was like,
Mm.
there has to be like English people as well. So I started like researching English people on or EN VTubers on Twitch. And then I started, to stumble upon, the big names like Zentreya, Silver, Veil, Iron Mouse, etc., etc. And I started to kind of like, watch them, most
Ah.
notably Zentreya by the time. And I kind of got, inspired by her because by the time she was not only using a model, but she wasn't even using a mic. She was basically having like a window captured, like a notepad on her streams,
It's
and
the
she was
early
just
days of Zen.
yeah. So she was like, you remember, like she was kind of like just typing on for her chat, etc., etc. So I was like, wow, because like me as a streamer, like it has been kind of like etched into my head for such a long time that, quote unquote, in order to be like a good, streamer, you have to look good. You have to maybe possibly be good at video games, and you have to sound good. And those were like all kind of like, super toxic standards that has been etched into my head like throughout the years. And basically Zen was the one who was kind of like going against all of those, standards. So it made me kind of feel like, wow, like if she's able to do this, then maybe I should try and become a VTuber as well. And then so in, I think around like April,
This year?
like a year ago. Yeah, no, last
Oh,
year
last year.
actually. Yeah,
Ah.
last year April, I just made like a really, really, really abrupt change. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna become a VTuber now. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was just telling my whole community like, yeah guys, I'm gonna become a VTuber. Okay, if you support me, cool. If you don't, then that's too bad. But I'm gonna become a VTuber now, and so um I was streaming with this like this really, really, really cutesy like boy uh, like avatar for face rig. It was up from like Steam community like workshop. So I didn't exactly claim it as mine or anything like that. It was kind of like a trial to see like how would I like to be on stream like without using my cam.
That's a
And
smart idea.
so yeah. And so later on I started to kind of like get more deeper and deeper into the whole like English VTuber community. And then I commissioned my first 3D model in like, I don't remember, July I think, or something like that.
So,
And then
uh,
I debuted with that model in July as well.
So
Yeah.
you're
No.
a VTuber
I
veteran.
technically, yeah, I've been in this community since like April 2020. 2020, yeah.
It's a perfect time to start. The
Yeah.
world's all indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hi everyone who's joined. I'm not used to the chat going this far. I'm dyslexic, so I apologise for not being able to keep up. Why is Teeps in a containment bubble? That containment bubble is, in fact, it's a crystal ball. It's how I communicate with other VTubers. It's how I summon their image, and we can discuss important matters like what we ate today.
What did you eat today?
What did I eat today? I think I had a pepperoni pizza from a semi-fancy shop called Marks and Spencer's. So I'm living the fancy life right now.
Wow. Y'all hear that? We didn't even get shared.
Yeah.
For shame.
So it's all gone now, I'm afraid. I
For
ate it.
shame.
I heard you had a very exciting meal today.
Oh, I had a nacho casserole.
Ah,
It was really good. Oh my god, it was really good. Like I seasoned the chicken so nicely. Oh, it was so good, dude.
oh, what was your seasoning? What's your top tips for making it?
Honestly, curry is your best friend when making chicken. If you don't like curry, then, things that you would normally put into, like, barbecue.
Mm.
Like, it's so good.
Is it?
And don't, like, this is what I always say about, especially about, like, chicken. Like, with beef, it's different. But with chicken, like, don't ever, like, if you want your chicken to stay, like, like, juicy, don't ever fry your chicken in, like, super high heat. Like, fry it in, like, medium heat. Because otherwise, it'll, like, gush out all its, like, liquids
no.
and become, like, super dry.
Bit
But
messy.
with beef and steak or whatever, you want to, fry them in, like, high heat because, obviously you want them to, fry fast and kind of, like, keep them all in. But, like, with chicken, it's kind of different. It just gushes all the juices out.
Mm.
Mm.
Do you like wrap it up, or what do you do with it?
Oh, with the nacho casserole?
Yeah.
I put, like, I put them all in, like, layers. It's like chicken, then salsa, and then cheese, and then nacho chips, and then
Ah.
chicken, and then salsa sauce again, and then nacho chips, and then, cheese. And then I
Oh.
just put it in the oven.
And then it's done, and you can eat it.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's like like a lasagna if you think about it. Like, lasagna has, like, different layers as well, but with just, different ingredients.
All tasty layers. It's the layers, that's the important part.
It's the layering is important.
Casseroles are built in layers.
Just like ogres.
Yeah,
Ogres,
just
this,
like
this
ogres.
casserole just like ogres, this casserole also needs to have layers.
Some onions in there, even more layers within layers.
Honestly, onions is such a good seasoning, like,
Oh.
ingredient though. Especially garlic.
Oh, I love garlic.
I love garlic so much.
You can put it with almost anything and it'll work.
Right?
Greetings, champion.
Hello,
What?
Miku Girl 16.
What's your most hated ingredient?
Hated.
Yeah, like, which one do you dislike the most?
It's kind of I think mostly because of childhood stuff, but bean sprouts is something that I really don't like.
Sprouts.
Because they often put them in noodles, so you're used to having, like, soft noodles, right? But then they add bean sprouts,
Asian,
it gets
yeah.
crunchy.
Crunchiness, it's supposed to be crunchy.
I know, but I'm just never expecting it, so...
What? Have you ever had, like, proper ramen, like in a ramen restaurant?
I only like British ones, not like abroad, so I think one of them may have been a Japanese restaurant, and one of them's like a chain Japanese restaurant. I don't know if they count.
Do they have, like, Asian people making food there? That's the biggest question.
One of them, yes, in Birmingham. It was called Mount Fuji.
Okay.
So I would assume they were doing it the authentic way. But I didn't see behind the kitchen, so I can't tell for sure.
Okay. Yeah, usually with ramen you have, like, bean sprouts, but obviously with any kind of restaurant you can always, like, request them to not put anything like that on.
Which is very helpful if you're allergic to stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah, before I get too hungry, let's go back to VTubing. So you were an IRL streamer before VTubing. Some people call them flesh tubers.
Yes.
Which is, I don't know how I feel about that term. It's kind of sort of like, it makes sense.
It's okay. Before VTubing, there was someone who called VTubers VLivers.
VLivers?
Yeah.
Like the organ, the liver?
Yes.
Oh. How did they get that name?
I don't know. They were like, well, VTubing doesn't make any sense because, like, it's supposed to be in YouTube, like according to them. So, since I'm live on Twitch, I'm just gonna call myself a V-liver.
Oh, I see. I understand now.
Yeah, right? Like it makes sense, like kinda if you think about it.
Hmm. I think it's just one of those things where the original has just become the name for everything. So like
Mhm.
when you search something online, people just say Google it. So I guess it's sort of the same with VTubing, where even though we're not on YouTube, we're still technically called tubers. So
Mm.
that's the internet. But yeah, back to the question I was going to ask. How do you feel the differences between webcamming and tubing?
VTubers are hornier.
That is definitely true. I can't deny that, especially being on Twitter.
How should I put, like, the differences are massive, like when it comes to, like, the general, how should I put it, like the culture, like initially, like it's all the same, like there are not, like, massive differences or anything like that, just how people act like towards VTubers versus IRL streamers, like, how should I put it, if you talk about like viewers themselves, then my general experience as a VTuber versus a facecam streamer is that people are more prompt to, form parasocial relationships with VTubers or with you specifically, because ultimately you are quote unquote playing a character. So I suppose like some characters are more relatable or something. But with like facecam streamer, you're just there, kind of, like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
Yeah. And another thing that I've also noticed is that as opposed to, like, facecam streaming, uh how should I put it? Well, there's a lot of like fetishizing going on, especially in the VTuber community. Like, it also happens like within the facecam community as well, but even more so in the VTubing community, like from the viewer side. Like, people are more bold about their needs and what they want to say about you than as opposed to if you're a facecam streamer.
I
Like,
haven't seen the facecam streamer Twitter, but with the VTuber Twitter, there's definitely a lot of the trends are very set in the porny levels.
it's almost like, browsing Tumblr.
Almost.
Yeah, it's almost like browsing Tumblr.
Do you think
I
that's
feel
because VTubers come from the sort of anime community? Do you think that's why, or do you think it's, as Bear says, there's like a barrier between them?
I do not. I personally feel like, it all stems from, okay, like, if we're gonna have a real talk here, like, let's be real here. The whole, like, EN VTuber, like, trend started from a cam girl. Like,
Melody.
Yeah. We need to remember that Melody was practically the one who started like the whole, like, trend within like VTubing itself. So, it kind of probably makes sense that a lot of people may come from that side as well. And so, because I'm gonna assume that because people are probably like so used on, interacting with her in various ways, like, that are mayhaps not suitable in here.
TOS.
A lot of people may think that, the same things may apply to other VTubers as well, and also like the way people are allowed to. A lot of people seem to think that they are also allowed to interact in the same way, like in Twitch community as well.
I think I see that. So because Melody started off as a lewd tuber, if you will,
Yeah.
people might have that expectations for the rest of the E and VTubers, and I guess the
Mm.
rest of V Shoujo tend to have that sort of
Yeah.
not as much
I
as
don't
Melody, but
I don't necessarily think that she's like the origin of it, but like
Mm,
trends have to start from somewhere, you know.
yeah,
And I feel like, you know, Melody was the one who started the whole trend of like E and VTubers in general, but she's not like the one who created the E and VTubers. There's a difference between like starting, you know, trends and like being the pioneer of like some aspect of life, you know.
I can see that. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's the community side of things.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the technical side of VTubing versus camming? Is it easier, harder, better, worse?
I feel like it generally varies from person to person, but for me personally, it's a lot easier. Like, you know, obviously since I'm like, you know, a cute bunny and etc. etc. I like to, you know, be all like, you know, cutesy like this, yada yada yada. But like, so like if I was, you know, flailing around like this on cam, I guarantee you that, you know, people would probably like, you know, report me for like say you know, self-harm or something, or just generally, you know, be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So, you know, in that sense it's like, you know, easier because like it actually allows me to how should I put it, like express myself in a way that, you know, face camming doesn't allow me to. And well, it is a lot more expensive too. So like, honestly, like I probably sunk more money into VTubing than into my whole PC rig in general. So there's that. So it really depends. Like I've been 2D and then I've been 3D. Right now I'd say 2D is probably easier for me because like, well, my rig can handle it, and it only requires my face cam or my webcam. But like with 3D, I personally felt like it required a lot more effort because I had to use like my whole body and whatnot to be, you know, expressive. And it's kind of hard to make 3D to be as expressive unless you have like external equipments like, you know, iPhone, and then you have to make like blend shape makers for your 3D avatar, etc etc. But with like, you know, 2D, you can just, you know, go with like with the webcam and then just calibrate a couple of settings, and that's literally it. And you're basically good to go, and you're probably like more expressive than most rewrite models out there.
Yeah, I guess 2D, once you have the model, probably requires less effort. However, I think because of Vroid, I would say 3D has easier access for new people. So
How
there's
should
a
I
lot of
put
pros
it?
and cons.
2D versus 3D, I'd say that, you know, the like if we talk about, you know, like if we talk about like high-end 2D and high-end 3D, I'd say that 2D has a higher entry price or entrance price, because like you just gotta get like the model itself, like the art, then rigging, and then like external equipment, which like if you talk about like like high end, then it'd be the iPhone for the face tracking.
Yeah.
But like with 3D, it's like it's a lot of things. You gotta get the model, you gotta maybe possibly like rig it, the whole, you know, model itself, like part by part. You need to get the iPhone, and then if you want to go like, you know, super high quality, then you need to get like a whole VR setup for that too.
Yeah, and then you have to have like a virtual set as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, and not to mention like the maintenance of it too is like really expensive. With like 2D, I feel like I don't really have to have too much to maintain or anything like that, you know, because it's just buying like these simple things. But with 3D, it's a lot of like upgrades.
Yeah, it's a lot more technical, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's so much choice between the two.
Like both of them are valid, and both of them have like, you know, things that the other doesn't.
What would you say are the very quick pros and cons of each?
Live 2D stays true to the art, and it's just easier to manage, in my opinion. 3D, you can use the model in multiple different ways. Like, it has a lot of more custom, the ability to customize the way you want, like with 3D. Because like, unless you're an artist, then you can just draw like more clothing on your 2D. But like with 3D, you can just go to booth and just buy random sets of clothes and just slam it on your character, and that's it. Like, that's another thing. Like, you can customize your 3D model a lot easier. You can use it in many ways, like importing your character like in different games, say like Valheim or VR chat, Beat Saber, etc., etc. That like your 3D character will have multiple uses than just VTubing, and it will be more expressive if you have like full body, and that's about it really. But then again, the cons is that the equipment itself costs a fortune.
Oh yeah, it's not a casual thing to do. You have to invest.
No.
Do your research if you want to become a VTuber.
VTubing in general requires a lot of investing.
But PNG tubing is a good way to practice as well.
Either PNG tubing, or if you want to go like the budget style, then VRoid.
Oh yeah. You don't even need to
honestly,
pay
like
anyone.
with VRoid, you don't really need to even have any skills. Like, this is something that I always tell people. You don't like, everyone's like, I don't know how to draw or anything like that. Dude, you can just literally buy some random assets and textures from booth and just go with that.
Yeah.
Like, you literally don't need to have any skills. Like, and even if you need some skills, it's probably like hair texturing. And even then, you can just, watch some, YouTube videos and go with them.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of tutorial material out there now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, thanks to the VTuber boom, there's quite a lot of assets out there now, to be honest, which is pretty good. But you've been VTubing for a while now. So usually I would ask, what VTubers do you think had an influence on you when you were starting? However, you sort of start in just as a lot of the other main EN VTubers were.
Yeah.
So did you feel that you was there anyone apart from Zen? No, not Zen.
Zentreya. Honestly, I'd say that probably a friend that I made. Another one that's still a big inspiration for me is Rana. Some of you may know them as Comfy Rana. They are a super influential and also a big advocate for both mental health and disability. I love them so much. Like, Rana was basically one of my first like VTubers that I discovered after Zentreya. Like, when we're talking about people that I would interact with or talk with in general. So I consider Rana like my first VTuber friend. Yeah. And after that, it's, I'd say, a lot of people, like both new and old people that I meet. Yeah. I don't really have like only one person that I look up to.
Is this? Did you mention Comfy Rana? You mentioned
Comfy Rana, yeah.
I'll have to make a note of them and look them up afterwards. I don't think I've heard of them.
They are a Scottish VTuber.
Ah, a Scottuber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's a real term, but I said
a Scottuber.
A Scottuber. Hello, Puffle. Welcome. But yeah, so you briefly mentioned your lore earlier, but should we go into that deeper and go through your whole lore? Get a Star Wars I forgot what they called it now. The intro for Star Wars.
Do you want to start from like Teeps version 1.0?
I don't know. However the lore process worked for you.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't really have much lore.
That's fine.
I just have the concept, but not like much lore itself.
Ah, yeah, Star Wars crawl. Thank you.
Mm.
Well, let's if it's just a concept, we can go with that. So I know you're an alchemist.
Mhm.
And recently you turned yourself into a bunny.
By accident.
Oh, what were you?
Told you it was a potion accident.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So
I had to test out one of my creations or potions or brews, and then I turned into a bunny.
was the intention for the potion to turn you into something, or was it?
No,
Oh, was it just taste testing?
no, it was supposed to. You know what? The potion itself is a secret. I can't. That's a trade secret.
Okay, I will. I'll let you keep your secrets. Whatever Frodo said. Very well. Keep your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what sort of potions do you usually work on?
Honestly, it's really funny that you asked that because previously my whole concept was that I was a barista actually. Like my previous username used to be Cafe Potion, and my first model was like a barista, kind of like an alchemist. So I feel like that was kind of like it. Like I wanted to serve people what they drink during adventures, like mana potions, HP potions, yada 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 yada. But in in like a cafe environment. Imagine rest stop, but cafe, and with potions.
So it's like, oh, I'll have a venti health potion, please.
Yes.
With caramel syrup.
Yes.
I might have to come down, get some potions at some point. Do you have any help in your potion shop, or is it a one bunny show?
It's a one bunny show. I have my mods as my assistants. They're I like to consider my assistants more like my bouncers.
They keep out the ruffians.
Yes. Yes.
Only the finest potion drinkers allowed.
Mm-hmm. I pay them in smooches and headpats.
They're pretty good in this economy, I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mighty fine shop. Mighty fine shop you got there.
But honestly, nowadays I feel like I've kind of given up on the whole cafe theme, so I'm just back into being a guild leader or a guild master.
I know about that. I'm an adventure guild leader myself.
Yes, I am the guild leader of the guild bun buddies.
But the bun buddies.
The bun buddies.
Bun
buddies. Bun buddies.
Yeah.
Although it is a name play from Bum Buddies, so
okay.
Someone called me Bum Buddy once, and I was like, "Oh, hey guys, what if we call our community Bun Buddies?" And then people were like, "That's so hilarious and good at the same time." Yes.
What's your what's your guild goal or standards or vocation, I guess?
What are our standards?
I guess
World Bunmination.
World Bunmination.
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 Yes.
You're going to turn everyone into bunnies?
No, I'm gonna fill the world with bunny girls and bunny boys.
Is that is it 14 that has the bunny race? Final Fantasy? Is it that sort? That sort of bunnies you're trying
any sort of all bunnies are valid.
That That's pretty good. I look forward to seeing more long ears in the world and more little tails. I'm trying my best not to think of Playboy at the moment. But yeah, that's a noble goal. I hope
It's
you.
okay. Bun suits are like extra.
Oh, extra. Okay,
Extra.
I'll have to get a fitting at some point.
Wait, do you want a bunny suit?
Not right now, but you
Oh,
know, if
maybe later.
yeah, if I have to fit in with the bunnination of the world, then you know, I want at least a fancy suit.
Y'all heard that? We need a skeb of Komori in a bunny suit.
Oh,
You heard it
no.
here.
Oh no, I may
Clip
regret
that.
what I've started. No, no.
We need evidence. Clip that.
I'm taking this out in post editing. It's not live yet, right? This is just the practice run.
This is the rehearsal run.
Well, I'll. I forgot I was going now. I've got bunny ears on the brain.
Oh, that's understandable. It's okay.
There's a lot of bunnies. I'm trying to think when I last saw a real bunny. There is a roundabout in my town, and there's lots of bunnies that live on there.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably isn't the safest place for them, but I don't know.
Feel very safe in your ball.
The crystal ball.
Yeah.
I aim to please. We had Minnie on, and she kept breaking out of it. I had to fret and get in security in here, but
Oh.
you've been very good in the ball.
Oh. What if I break out too?
I guess if you promise to be good, maybe. Oh no. I might need to. I'll get the guards to just wait outside, just in case, you know. You never know what'll happen. How did we get this? What's going on? Who am I?
Who are you?
Who
Thou
are
has
we?
summoned me.
Oh, bunny in the ball. Who is the fluffiest of them all?
It is me.
Oh, how do you keep your fur so fluffy?
Oh, how?
Yeah.
Coconut oil.
Ah.
Coconut. Okay. Like, lore things aside, coconut oil is really good for your hair because it moisturizes your hair a lot.
I've heard of using coconut oil on your skin. I've never heard of using it on your hair.
It's really good on your skin too, but it's really, really, really good on your hair because it moisturizes a lot. So, I do at least at least once a week, like a coconut oil, kind of like a. I just.
Just cleanse, clean.
No, I just, just slather it on my hair and let it sit there for like an hour or two. And then I wash it off.
Yeah, I'll write that down in my notes to coconut oil. Get that.
This is how you get beautiful hair, guys.
I hope next time I stream, all of chat has beautiful hair.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna have luscious locks now of hair.
I am a coconut stan. Like, I love okay, listen, I use coconut in a lot of my cooking alongside mushrooms. Like, if there's something that I love the most in life, it's like coconuts and mushrooms.
Ah.
Like, oh my gosh. And garlic.
Getting this is just a potion list, right? Of ingredients.
Yes.
What do you like about the mushrooms, the fungi?
What I like about the mushrooms? I like how versatile they are. Like, you can basically, there's so many different ways to cook mushrooms. Like, you can just fry it, or you can just, use it as a seasoning if you dry them. And then you can just, fill them up with like cream cheese and wrap them around bacon and then grill them.
Ooh,
Mm.
damn.
And there's like so many different like mushrooms out there too.
It's like a whole I don't know what you call it, category of plants. Wait, are mushrooms even plants technically?
No.
Oh yeah, it's fungi
Fungi.
separate. Yeah, I didn't realize they were separate from plants, but it makes
Yes.
sense. And them dank cave dwellers or forest things. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
we
more than
call them
annoying.
gremlins.
Gremlins. Little fungi gremlins
Hmm.
chilling around. Doldian asked, do you use more coconut oil or coconut milk?
It depends. I use coconut oil for, frying things and for my hair. But I use coconut milk sometimes and coconut cream for like sauces and soup. And sometimes I just, straight up drink coconut milk.
Well, that's probably the healthiest way of doing it.
Mm. Soy
But-
milk is another thing.
I've not tried soy
Either
milk.
either soy milk or oat milk.
Ah,
I'm not
So-
a vegan, but like, I just found better options for dairy.
yeah. It's good
Like
to
oat milk
branch
is
out.
so good. Oh, it's so good because it's like so creamy.
I haven't looked at it before, so I don't. I'm assuming the shops near me must sell it. I just haven't looked.
Mm. Have you ever had coconut ice cream?
I don't think so. I know we definitely have it. I have seen it around.
Oh my god, coconut ice cream is so good. Okay, so what are these called? Banana fritters, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like the deep fried bananas.
Hmm.
Yeah, so especially like if you go into an Asian restaurant, it's very, very, very common for them to, have like desserts where there's like two balls or one ball of like coconut ice cream and then like deep fried like banana fritter alongside like caramel sauce. It's so good.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It's really, really, really good.
Do you like add anything to it?
No. I just eat
Oh.
it as it is.
Oh, eat it raw.
I just eat it raw.
Yum. But yeah, we always end up back to food, and then I get really hungry.
Are you hungry?
A little bit. It's more
I
like
can roast myself if you want.
oh,
Have you
it's-
ever had bunny roast?
I think I almost had the chance when I was younger, but for some reason the adults kept it for themselves and just gave us kids chicken at a family.
Probably because bunny. Ew. Don't ask me how I know.
Okay, I won't.
But bunny in general is very chewy.
Ah,
Mm.
that would make sense. Kids are not the best at chewing. They tend to just gobble up.
Yeah,
Food.
like it's a really, really, really chewy kind of like meat.
I'd probably like it now. Maybe I should try it one day.
Mm.
But yeah, bunny meat. I don't know. Anyway, I keep getting distracted by food. So we've spoken about your streaming past. How about your streaming present? How have you been finding it currently and recently? What have you been up to?
Oh my god, that's a loaded question.
Is it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a loaded question, honestly. Like present, there's a lot going on, honestly. Like I'm happy, and at the same time, I'm not content and I'm not happy. There was this one like period for like in like for the past like 3 months or 4 months or so where I was kind of just, gone from the whole
Mm.
community, like both my own community and my own like inner circles for like a good 2 months because of reasons. And it was a very, very, very stressful time for me personally because like uh basically not only did I grow like extremely alienated to my own community, but also like to other people around me and other communities to the point where I almost like also got anxious. Like the kind of anxiety where, everything's just, disappointing and frustrating you, and then you start like
Mm-hmm.
unconsciously kind of just, pushing people away, even though you don't mean to.
Yeah.
So that was basically what was going on. So right now, for like the past month, I've been trying to how should I put it? Like it was kind of like a toxic relationship kind of a thing, but not
Mm.
almost. But it was like borderline there. So I had to kind of like make a realization that it wasn't healthy for me anymore. And I love being a workaholic. I love being around people, and I miss my friends. I miss my community. I miss being around people. Yada yada yada. So I had to make basically a choice of like whether them or what I love doing. So I made a decision that I'm gonna focus more on like my content, my people, etc., etc. And so for the past like I'd say over a month now, I've been very, very, very hard trying to kind of like remedy what I've lost. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the last time trying to establish myself not only within my own community, but like within other people's lives and other communities as well. Because not gonna lie, but like there were probably times when I was being toxic to people as well due to, my own emotions, etc., etc. So I'm trying to kind of like, paint myself into a better light for other people. And
Okay.
so far, I'd say I'm doing a pretty okay job. Like, I still have a lot of things that I need to do and be better at. And I still have, some redeemable things.
Mm.
But I feel like, every day is a new, kind of like a new learning phase for me and a learning period for me. So I'm definitely, doing a big improvement and a lot better than I was, say, like a month or month and a half ago.
Mm. You seem
And
to be doing good the last few times I've popped in your streams.
mm, a lot of it goes, like a lot of it, how should I put it? A lot of the credit goes to, I'd say, my mods and some of my, closer friends, because I think that my biggest problem in the past, especially in the past, was that I was trying to like basically carry everything and everyone by myself. Like I was taking way too many responsibilities on my own shoulders, and I didn't really know how to like delegate things or share things. And I didn't necessarily want to, because I didn't want to make anyone feel like they had to like take on my responsibility or share my responsibility with themselves. So that's probably like the biggest lesson for me, like learning how to trust other people and to, actually ask for help and advice when you need it the most.
It's some very important skill to learn.
Mm,
It is hard to know when you should like keep stuff for yourself to do and let others to
yeah.
do, but
There is a lot of like places where I wish I knew to actually, depend on other people better, including like my own community and even like the other community that I technically manage an admin for, the YouTuber community.
mhm.
Mm.
But it's good that you're learning and growing. It should help
Mhm.
in the future at least. And it's usually
Yeah.
these experiences that sort of help you understand better in the future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems to be going pretty good. I've seen you play a lot of Pokemon. What's it called? Pokemon, not Switch.
Unite.
Yeah, Unite. You seem to be enjoying that.
It's an addiction, but my love and heart still lays within FF14 and JRPGs
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
retro games.
Ooh, what retro games have you been playing recently?
I think. Wait, was it on Monday? I think on Monday, I started Chrono Cross for the first time.
Ah,
I never played Chrono Cross before.
is that the Switch? Not Switch. SNES.
No,
PG?
that's Chrono Trigger. Chrono Cross is a sequel for Chrono Trigger. It's for PS1.
Okay. I think I remember now. How have you been? How did you enjoy it playing the first time?
I love it. It's so much fun. I love a good story, like especially like I feel like newer games don't really give out the same kind of like story experiences as like older games give or gave out. So, yeah.
It's pretty good. I think
And
RPGs are the best for
there's always
stories.
there's always also like something nostalgic about like old graphics, like like PS1 graphics or like pixel art, etc., etc.
It's, I've seen a lot of indie games try to replicate it recently, but they never seem to get it properly.
A lot of like indie games that do like pixel art, they don't necessarily. I feel like they don't necessarily focus on like the whole JRPG or RPG aspect. A lot of them seem to focus more on like simulation games or like adventure or I guess Souls-like games. Like Dead Cells and Noita, etc., etc. Yeah.
Yeah, like roguelikes and stuff. I guess because if you want to do like big RPG like story adventures, that's a lot of writing and a lot of
It's a lot of writing, and the whole like RPG market itself is very niche. Like the community itself is like super niche as well. So it's kind of hard to, I guess, appeal to the whole like. It's very hard to appeal to people who are into like RPGs and JRPGs.
Yeah, that's game business, I suppose, is knowing your audiences. But
it's
people
always
still do it.
evolving and changing.
At least we're slowly getting out of the battle royale phase.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we still have the big ones, but the companies seem to have slowing down creating copies of it, at least.
Well, we're gonna have to see, because like all I know is that there's still one battle royale coming out, and it's gonna be a mobile game. Like Final Fantasy VII, they're gonna be making a Final Fantasy VII remake battle royale for mobile.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. Oh, and there's the Vampire the Masquerade one as well.
Yeah. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo, like, if they're about to like milk money from a MOBA, then I'm pretty sure that they're gonna one day they'll have a massive, brilliant idea that, hey, since our MOBA game was a success, how about we make a battle royale version of our, beloved franchise?
I could see a Pokemon one working, actually. I feel like you're a trainer. 100 trainers drop onto an island, and then you have to find
Honestly,
Pokemon.
I could see it more like being Pokemons than trainers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that would make sense. Easier to market as well.
Yeah.
But
Hundreds of Pikachus running around thunderbolting each other.
Oh no, but it's not very effective because they're all Pikachus. Maybe that's just like normal partying for Pikachus. Does it charge each other up, or does it damage them?
I don't know. That's really hard. That's a really hard question.
Hmm.
Pokemon has never really made any sense.
No, but
Like the games make sense, but the movies and the series don't make sense.
oh no.
Hmm.
Apparently it's canon. There used to be Pokemon Wars as well, so that's yeah.
Oh.
Let's not look into the past of the Pokemon lore.
Yeah.
Although that Diamond and Pearl remake in the past looks like it could be interesting.
I'm more looking forward to the open world one actually.
I think that's the one I was referencing. They're doing like a historical open world,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, it could be fun. They use like wooden Pokeballs and stuff. I can't remember it now that I think about it, but I do remember playing a lot of Diamond and Pearl when that came out.
I stopped playing Pokemon after Gen 3, so like Sapphire Ruby, because I didn't have a DS or 3DS. So
Ah.
the last Pokemon that I basically played after Sapphire Ruby was like, Sword and Shield, like afterwards.
So you had a big gap then.
Yeah, I had a big gap.
How did you find coming back to it after such a big gap?
Honestly, it was weird because like it was all like, oh my god, so many like new Pokemons. What are these? Like, what are these moves? Yada yada yada. Fairy type? What is it weak to? What is it strong against?
I don't understand fairy type at all.
It's so weird. I still don't understand it.
Isn't it good against dragon or something?
I know that it's good against dragons, but I don't know what it's weak against.
I don't know. Like a lot of the types like make sense because like it's like natural.
Yeah.
And then you add in fairy, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I need to get back into a Pokemon game. I haven't played one properly since Black and White 2, I think. I tried with X and Y, but since going 3D, I just lost interest. So
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I was going to try with Sword and Shield since it's set on Britain, my homeland. But I just never got around to it.
I personally felt like Sword and Shield was very underwhelming.
I've
Because
heard
it doesn't even have like all the Pokemons available. Like it cut down the Pokedex like massively. And that alone was a huge letdown for me. So I just, played through the main story. And then I was done.
Yeah, I can see that. If I ever see it on sale, I might do that. Just have a quick playthrough. Then critique it on all of its British references. But yeah, I'm trying to think. So there's this new open world Pokemon game. There's also the remake of Diamond and Pearl.
I really want to play that.
Ooh, yeah.
I heard that it's a good one, so I really want to play it.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in it. There's a lot to do.
But I want them to remake Silver and Gold and Crystal because Silver is my favorite.
Oh
Silver is
yeah,
all-time favorite. I love Gen 2 so much.
It's my favorite one too. I feel like they perfected it with those two games, and then the others sort of.
Yeah. I love the world building in in Silver Gold because it was like you were in what was it, Kanto, right? Or was it Johto region?
Johto, yeah. Kanto was the first one.
Yeah, like you were in Johto region, and then after you beat the Kanto region, then you could basically go back to the Johto region to kind of like revisit all the places that you were in on the first game, like red, blue, yellow. And then it was all like kind of like a time skip of a thing. And I was like, wow, like what happened?
It was good.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't made a game where you can go between the regions, because they've got the they've got the memory space for it now.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Like, imagine if they made like a big game where all like regions kind of like just, I don't know, intersect with each other, I suppose.
They could do it where when you start a new region, you have to start with like a starter again, and then once you finish the Elite Four, you get to connect to your PC, and then do it that way. And then it'll be like actually fun to collect all the Pokemon because you could do it yourself instead of just trading online.
Yeah.
Or going between games. But yeah.
Honestly, I could see them doing like an MMO out of like Pokemon, and like each new like region is like a new expansion or something.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think people have wanted a Pokemon MMO for years.
Oh yeah.
Should be really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day we can dream.
We can dream. I mean, there's Temtem, which is kind of like a Pokemon MMO, but it's still not like the same thing.
Yeah. I guess the hard part would be going into the forest and everyone's just catching the Pokemon. And how would it work? Because would you have like random things, or would they appear themselves like in normal MMOs?
At least how they do in Temtem is that they have like random encounters, just like in Pokemon, you know. So each like random encounter is like its own instance.
Ah, okay. I can see that.
So like if you're in a battle, your model like in the MMO world itself would kind of like just be frozen in place there, and you would have like this icon on the top of your head like, yeah, I'm battling at the moment.
Ah. Would you be able to spectate the battle if you like clicked on it or something?
I don't think so. No. Like all I know is that in Temtem you can co-op, so technically like all battles could be like all battles in Temtem are like double battles, so you could co-op with someone to, you know, take part in your battles with you, and that also includes like the gym battles as well.
I do love the gym battles and the themed gyms. But yeah, one day, Pokemon MMO, one day.
One day.
We can dream. But we've spoken about your past and your present. What about your future? Do you have any? You mentioned you want to turn back from a bunny. Is there any model stuff you'd like, and what sort of games would you like to play in the future, or content you'd like to produce?
That's a very loaded question as well, honestly. Model wise, I'm actually currently going through a redesign of my model with my like original like creator, May. Like she was the one who created like my original concept. So she one day made a post like, ooh, like after I'm done with my, you know, current commission like batch, I would love to, you know, take a like a live 2D like baby, but I've never done one before, so it would be like discounted, etc., etc. And I was like, oh, like I want you to be my mom. So I contacted her and I was like, hey, do you want to be my mom? Like you're my creator originally, etc., etc. And she was like, oh my god, yes, let's work together, blah 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 blah. So, you know, we're currently undergoing a redesign, but it's gonna be like a long-term project because, you know, your girl's got her bills that she needs to pay. So I'm basically giving her time more than anything because she still needs to take in like commissions and such. And I'm like, yeah, I completely understand. Like I'm not in a hurry. I still got my, you know, bunny model and all that, you know, anyways. So I think I can handle it like meanwhile, you know.
It's a pretty good model.
It's a good temporary model, and I think that it's gonna be like a redeem in the future. Like, hey, like a bunny potion, turn into bunny for like an hour.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, for X amounts of what are they called? Channel points. Gaming wise, honestly, I'm like super all over the place when it comes to like content and games, etc., etc. Like honestly, right now, since my heart is going towards FF14, I would love to keep it that way so that I would become a FF14 focused variety streamer.
Hmm.
Sure, I love Dead by Daylight, but DBD and its community are kind of, fickly at the most.
Yeah,
And
I've heard about it.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is that because I like, you know, JRPGs and RPGs and, well, generally story-based games, um, I feel like, DBD players or DBD viewers don't really care about those at all. Like, because it's a horror game, I feel like DBD players are more inclined on watching me play spooky games instead,
Mm.
So if I go with like just one genre, it's probably like a lot easier for me. So with like,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy being, while it is an MMO, it's still like, a RPG, JRPG kind of a story. It's easier for me to kind of like, I guess, include like other games with that kind of a content.
I
So I
can
guess
see that.
so I guess I'd like to, grow more as a FF14 content creator and kind of like, put myself more within that community, because I used to be within FF14 community quite a lot, but then, things happened and I just started to focus on other things.
It's pretty good.
Hmm.
14 seems to be having a big boom right now.
Oh yeah.
How are you finding it currently?
Um,
14.
as a player who has played FF14 for like, I'd say at this point it's been like 5 years or so. Over. Uh, I find it fun that people are kind of like, discovering the game that I love. Because it basically makes me feel like, oh, like no one has forgotten about, this world or, my world at all. Like it's still getting like a lot of love, it's still getting a lot of attention. It's great. I love seeing like new people getting into the game, because for me personally, it's not necessarily like an MMO that, hey, I'm just gonna log in and go bash off some monsters. It's ultimately almost like a social hub for me, because there's so many like different social aspects to it than just, going around casting spells or, flailing your sword around.
I've seen a few people doing concerts with the instruments in the game.
Oh yeah, they're great. It's so good. Like for me personally, it's amazing like how many different ways there are to interact with the community itself.
Mm.
Mm,
That's probably the most important aspect of an MMO. I
yeah.
feel is community, keeping them entertained when there's but when I don't know what the right way to put it is. When they're in between questing and stuff, they can have some downtime in game. I guess the houses help that a lot as well.
The housing is a disaster, but that aside.
I only briefly know of the housing. I tried playing the game a few weeks ago, but I just haven't had time to play it recently.
Mm.
But I'm hoping to go back at some point. What are some of your favorite aspects of the game?
The social one.
Ah.
And I'd say the openness of the game, honestly. Like there's so many places that you can, travel to and explore. And like so many things that you can do. Like my personal favorite thing is to just go around gathering stuff. I'd like to become a crafter at some point.
Oh yeah, the crafting in the game. There seems to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's I've seen the woodworking one. I'm assuming there's alchemy in the game because that's a
Yes.
standard for
Yes.
fantasy. You're gonna run around, grab all the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the guy in World of Warcraft that got to max level by just picking up plants?
No.
There's a guy that does that. I wonder if you could do that. Do you get XP for getting ingredients in
Yes.
14?
There are gathering classes as well, like
Ah,
mining, botany, and fishing. So each time you mine a rock or pack some wood or catch a fish, you get XP.
ah. So do you think you could get to max level through just fishing?
Yep.
Ah, well, there we go.
And you can
There's
also profit. Like you can just sell them in the auction house.
hmm. Is that difficult to do in 14, or is it pretty easy?
Oh, making money or
Just selling stuff, I
nope.
guess. I think Comrade's talking about. Oh yeah, that's the WoW person. Can't return. So you did it without picking a side as well. I think I
Speaking of
remember hearing.
MMOs, I really want to try out New World.
Oh, that's the new Amazon one, right?
Yeah. Like the biggest gripe that I have about like FF14 is that if you want to become like a pure crafter or a pure gatherer, you can't do that because like you still have to progress in the story because like there's a lot of like content behind the story that will help out progressing your gathering and crafting classes, which ticks me off a lot. But I heard that in like New World, it's like so just like in WoW, there are like unlike in WoW, WoW has like two factions. In New World,
Mm.
there's like three different factions. I think that you have to go through like the epilogue and then pick up one of the factions, and then like you're free to do whatever you want to do.
Ah,
Yeah. But like in FF14, like you still need to do like basically the whole content in order to like do anything with your crafters and gatherers.
I haven't got that far into it, but being able to just craft
Mm.
seems pretty good. Sort of like Eve in a way.
Yeah, I just like to be comfy, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just like you as a, guild leader, like do you ever have the feelings like, man, I'm tired of like going to expeditions and dungeoning. I just wanna, sit down, maybe craft a couple of weapons and just chill out while listening to music.
Yeah, you just
Like
gotta
it's a grind
chill.
free day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to like go off into dungeons or anything. Just stay at home and work on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully, if that's something you can do in New World, and solo that, maybe I should try it at some point.
Oh, it's getting actually released in next month, like the August 31st.
Ah,
Yeah, there's still an ongoing closed beta going on, but I think that it ends in like what date is it now? 28. I think it ends on 2nd, so on Monday.
ah,
But you still need to, obviously like pre-order the game and everything to get the access to the closed beta.
I think I'll probably wait for it to come out and then try it after a bit, see what people think.
Mm-hmm.
There was the I don't know if you ever heard of the old Star Wars MMO, Star Wars Galaxies. That had quite a large crafting community in it, from what I remember.
Oh, I heard of it. I never played it though.
Ah,
I heard of it, but I never played it. Like FF14 was like the proper MMO that I got into for years. Before that, I was just jumping around and like trying out different MMOs like Maple Story, Philip, Terra, Blade and Soul, yada yada yada, things like that.
all that good stuff back in the
Yeah, so I was like back in the days, it was more like trying out like different, I guess, communities or jumping around like different communities to see like which one meshes the most with your needs and I guess likes and preferences. And then Final Fantasy 14 was just that one for me,
So did you play in the early days of 14? Because I heard some stories about it.
No. I started out in like 2.0.
Ah, okay. So you still played it a long time then.
Yeah.
Big 14 fan. But yeah, it's been out a while now. Um, 14. I'm trying to think of when I first heard about it, and I think it was a while ago.
Mhm.
But yeah, what about if you could add a class to 14? What would you add? Or no, they're called jobs, aren't they? In 14.
Classes, jobs, whichever works.
Hmm.
That's a really good one. Oh my gosh, what would I add? Honestly, I would probably go with either Time Mage
Ah.
or my favorite from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Elementalist.
Mm-hmm.
It was a VR class that basically used rapiers, and they were using like elemental magic, like nature magic on people, kind of like druids,
Ah. I
but
could see
like
that
with
being pretty good.
rapiers.
You stab them and then you shoot some leaves at them.
Well,
That's what druids do, right?
yes, yes.
Or you do the thing with the roots in the ground as well, I suppose.
Hmm. Just stab them and throw some leaves at them.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Pokemon method.
Oh my god.
I don't know many druids, so
It's okay. It's okay. I don't know any druids either.
it's pretty good. But yeah, I can see that being pretty good. More of a nature
Or
themed class.
yeah. Or if I had to choose like a role, then I would like to have a support role that actually focuses on like buffs and debuffs.
I
But
assume.
that's unfortunately not how things work in FF14. So yeah, because I've always loved like the kind of like support type that offers like different like stat buffs, and then like buffs like debuffs
I think
like minus defense, poisons, etc., etc.
yeah. So rather than DPS or healing, it's like a support role.
Yeah, exactly. Like a pure support instead of like a healer. I would love that. I've always been a like a supporter in like all the games that I play. I don't like tanking at all, and usually like DPSing puts me under a lot of pressure because I feel like oh my god, like I need to actually like do tons of damage to be viable here.
Yeah.
But with as a support, I don't really get that kind of a pressure. I just need to keep people alive, and I get to amplify people's damage, yada 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 yada.
They get the big numbers because of you.
Yeah. Honestly, like there might be some twisted god complex from supporting as well, because technically like you are also responsible of other people's lives. So you get to choose like whether someone lives or not.
You have the power.
I do. Like sometimes in FF14, don't tell anyone, okay?
Okay, this is a secret. This won't go live.
This is a secret between us, okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so sometimes when I'm in dungeons, and if my DPSs like fail to, dodge like AoEs, I let them die.
No.
And then I don't revive them. I'll just DPS in their stead.
Oh no, it's stealing all their DPS. If they're not going to do their job, it's up to you to do it.
I mean, it's up to me, but like it's up to them to either respawn or just lay there. It's not my problem. It's their own problem for making my job harder.
Wow. Well, as long as you you keep up the good DPS in their stead.
I have another secret. Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, don't tell anyone.
Don't worry, chat can't hear now. Don't worry, they can't hear.
I have a gambling addiction with tanks sometimes.
A gambling?
Yeah, a gambling addiction. Sometimes I gamble whether I can heal the tanks from under 10% HP or not. So I
Oh.
purposefully let them go down.
It's living on the edge.
Yeah!
It's a dangerous game.
Sometimes, you know, you just grow tired of just healing, so you need some excitement in your life.
I can see that. I used to
Mm.
play a lot of DPS in WoW, and it just got so boring.
Yeah, so you start toying with other players' hearts.
It's just am I gonna give you a big heal? No, just a little one for now.
No, just a little bit. Like, I'm busy DPSing here. You can wait for your heal for a little bit, okay? You only have, like, what? You only have 9% left of your health. It's fine. I can top you off.
Yeah, you don't need to worry until you're on 2%, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
You got this big
It's
tank.
it's only critical once it's under 3%.
they're starting to sweat a bit, and you're like, oh, have a tiny heal.
But then, you know, when I go myself as a tank and other people do that to me, I'm like, I'm the one. Like, I remember, like, what it feels like. I suddenly realize, you know, what I'm actually doing to other people. Because, like, I wanted to become, like, a mentor in FF14, and I was a mentor for one bit. But the requirements is that, you know, you need to have at least, like, one class of each role at, like, max level. So I was like, I have, you know, ranged DPS, I have a melee DPS at max range, max level, and I obviously have like all the healers at max level. I need to level up like one of the tanks now. So I went on and tried out tanking, and oh my god, like all the anxiety that I had when I couldn't heal myself was like, it was so bad. Because, you know, obviously I'm so used on like keeping people healthy and like, you know, good for the battle, but like when I see my own HP going down and I'm actually not able to do absolutely anything about it, and my life is literally in someone else's hands, it gives a certain kind of anxiety, and it's like, oh, this is so horrifying. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's like your main job is staying alive, and you have to sort of rely on someone else to help with it.
My main job is to maintain the aggro from other people, and me staying alive is dependent on someone else.
Yeah. You gotta put all your faith in the healer's hands.
It's bad.
Yeah. So are you gonna continue doing more tanking?
Absolutely not. No, I'm good as healer.
Understandable. I think healing is probably the best one, but you can't really be the healer if everyone's the healer. So somebody's gotta do the DPS.
Honestly, like, there aren't many people who do the tanking job or healing job, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, the DPS queues are so bad for DPSs in FF14 for that reason, because no one wants to do those things. Everyone hates healing or, you know, tanking. They want to do the big damage.
They want them big numbers.
They want the big numbers, yeah.
Arguably the easiest job, or at least based on my experience in WoW, DPS was the
technically
easiest.
it's like the easiest one, yeah. Unless you go into like raids, then it becomes a bit more demanding, because like you need to, you know how to, you know, manage your cooldowns, yada 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 yada.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in these MMOs. I've only ever got to the end stage of raiding and stuff in WoW, but maybe I'll get there in 14. Hopefully, I've heard the music is really good for raids in 14.
Oh my god! Oh, it depends on the raid, but I'd say that overall music in FF14 is marvelous.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been I started off as I think it's Gladiator, and then I switched to
Gladiator is a tank.
Yeah, I didn't realize that when I started. I picked it. It's like, it has a sword and shield. I picked that, and it's like, you are a tank now. I was like, oh. And then I switched. Yeah, it's too much responsibility for me. So I switched to, I think it's called Conjurer. Whatever
Conjurer is a healer.
Yeah, the lead up to
White Mage.
Yeah. So I was getting through that, and then I got to a point where I run out of quests to do and I have to like start looking for quests to level up.
You just do main storyline honestly when leveling up,
Yeah.
or you do. There's this one, content called Palace of the Dead, which is probably like the easiest one to level up as well.
Is that like a dungeon or a zone?
It's kind of like it's kind of hard to explain what it is, but essentially it's a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'll ask my friends about it. I've got
Mm.
loads of people. That's something to do off of stream. I don't think people on stream want to watch me just mindlessly attack things.
I don't know, like it's it can be, an experience for everyone. Depends on, how you make it, honestly. Like, sometimes I just don't really do anything in FF14. I just do my dailies or my weeklies and just play some music. It's kind of like a, chill sesh for me.
I suppose if you know what you're doing, it can be a lot more relaxing. I don't think I'm at that stage yet. I still have to try and understand what I'm doing. So maybe when I'm more relaxed in the game, I'll start streaming it again. But yeah, we've spoken a lot about games. We've spoken a lot about food, rabbits, quite a lot of stuff. I'll get through a few of these last things, and then we'll probably start wrapping up. It's been an hour and a half already. That's gone by quick.
How long do your interviews go usually?
It depends on the interview. Sometimes they are
By
just
average.
an hour. An average, an hour and a half. They're usually either an hour or 2 hours. So I guess the average would be an hour and a half.
So I'm doing a good job.
Yeah. If they go way longer than an hour, then yeah, it's doing a good job. But yeah, I think it's been pretty good so far. You've been a good bunny guest in the.
I was
hall.
gonna say that I hope that I've been a good guest for you.
Yes, you've been great. You're welcome in the guild anytime. We could do a guild crossover.
Guys, we can raid the fridge. You hear that? We get the permission to raid the fridge.
Maybe.
Thank you for the honor.
We haven't.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the honor.
You're welcome. I think I'll have to put another order in for food after this. But yeah, I forgot what I was doing now. A question I like to ask some of my guests, which you might enjoy, is if you were stuck on a desert island, and assuming you had the electricity and the monitors and such, what console would you take with you? And you can only take one.
They have internet connection.
Yeah.
Or do they have offline connection?
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can have internet connection.
Honestly, at the moment, I would go like if I had to choose a console, then at the moment I would go with PS4 because once PS5 starts to get like, oh wait, hold on. PS5 is a backwards compatible with PS4, right?
It is.
Then I'd have to go with like PS5. I don't own one yet, but I would have to probably go with PS5 because like, I would still be able to get an access to like FF14, for example. Yeah, because like when I started out, FF14, I started it out on PS3 actually, and then I upgraded to PS4, and then a couple of years later, I upgraded to PC. So I am for the majority of the parts, I am still a console player. And with PS5, it's still capable of going to the web browser and everything. So it's not really like that different from technically, not that different from like having a PC.
I guess so, yeah. There's a few stuff that you would miss out on, but in general.
Yeah, there's only a few. Yeah, but like in terms of like entertainment, I'd go with like PS5
Mm-hmm. It's a
because
smart
it would
choice.
still have like I would still have a wide variety of games, YouTube, Twitch app, web browser. If I I don't know if it use a web browser on PS PlayStation, but still,
I'm
like
sure there's
all
someone.
yeah. But like when it comes to like like the bare bones like entertainment like values, I suppose, then yeah.
It's a very smart choice. And then
Mhm.
you'd continue to have new games coming out for it as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have gone with Switch, but like Switch doesn't really have that many games that would actually justify the use for using it
Yeah.
as much. Yeah.
Switch
Like
seems to be your basic Nintendo games and a lot of indie games.
And apparently Pornhub.
Oh. Yeah. I can see that, to be honest. I've heard that when the DS was it the DSi that had the internet browser?
Is it DSi or DS? I don't remember.
One of them, Pornhub, had their website optimized for DSs and dual screen for some reason.
What?
I don't know. I mean, they're making it more open to people, I guess. Accessible to people.
Accessible.
Thank you, Pornhub, for the accessibility on my Nintendo console.
We stand porn accessibility in this house.
Yes, yes. If it can't connect to Pornhub, I don't want it. So
Yep.
please don't clip that.
Please don't clip that. Clip.
Now my weakness. Accessibility. But yeah, PS5 is a good choice. I'm trying to decide if I want to get a PS5 or not.
I'm trying to decide as well because like the only reason why I would get one is Elden Rings, but it's still gonna be like get released on like PS4 and PC.
Yeah,
So it's like by the time it gets released, I'm pretty sure that I've had my PC upgraded anyways. So it doesn't really matter because like I'm in a massive need for a new GPU.
Oh yeah,
I have a 1050 Ti.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but I still need one.
Yeah. It's these big games that are coming out now.
Yeah.
We're not in a good time for buying graphics cards at the moment now, unfortunately. I've heard it's because they all rely on one factory that makes a certain chip, and they've been having problems recently. So
yeah. Oh.
Apparently that's why they're struggling to get a lot out at the moment. But I haven't looked too much into it. But who knows? Hopefully in the future we'll have a lot more going again. But yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Host.
Hello. Yes.
I must ask you, but have you hydrated as of recent?
I believe so. Yeah, I've been drinking this. I've been sipping on this energy drink.
Yes, your stamina potion. I see.
Yeah.
Your boomer flavored stamina potion.
Yeah, my boomer drink keeps me going. Every healthy guild leader must drink boomer juice, which I don't like calling it that, and I regret calling it that now. Boomer juice. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep up the chat. They seem to be having fun, and that's what we're here for.
That
hopefully.
The chat is having fun.
That's what we're here for. But yeah, does chat have any questions you'd like to ask? Feel free to ask almost anything.
Almost anything.
We're not gonna discuss secrets. Why are you all so cute? I don't know who they're talking about, but it must be you, because it's not me.
Oh no, I'm just a gremlin.
A gremlin?
Mm.
How are you a gremlin?
Quite well, thank you.
Ah. I see. You played me for a tomfoolery.
Oh, do you wanna see the gremlin?
Ah, you have a gremlin.
Wait, wait. Can I show it here?
I mean, as long as it's
It's
legal.
TOS safe.
Okay. Do you have a gremlin potion on hand?
No. Yes. Oh.
Oh, the gremlin! The floppy ears. That's a mighty fine gremlin.
I know. Thank you.
It's very powerful in its aura.
Do you wanna see the most heartbreaking thing?
Sure. Try me. Oh no, it's a sad gremlin. Oh no, it's too sad.
I ran out of snacks.
Oh no. Okay, I'll give you fridge privileges. You can have a snack.
You heard that, y'all?
I don't know what
Okay,
we've got in there though. We've probably got something in there. Tiny bunny, small. Yeah, were there any other questions? Would you like to grow your channel further, more viewers at a time, Twitch partner, etc., says Comrade Bear.
Would I like to?
Hmm.
Yes. Of course. Okay, so I am not one of those people who is doing this for hobby. I am doing this for growth, yes. I love what I'm doing, yes. But I am not necessarily looking to, make this my career. I've always, been on the, how should I put it? I've always been on the mindset that if anything happens, then it happens. So while my long-term goal is gonna be like, Twitch partnership and beyond, because like, I feel like, partnership should not be anyone's like, end goal, because like there are many more goals after the partnership as well. I'm just trying to take it, piece by piece and step by step, because like at the moment as I am, I feel like I'm not necessarily in a good place to become a Twitch partner. I'm meaning to say that I'm not my content and myself are not really like, qualified enough in my opinion. Like there's a lot of things that I need to do in order to grow as a person and as a streamer. There's a lot of things that I want to learn and grow as well, so at the moment I feel like I'm not, I guess a more simpler way to say it is that I feel like I'm not ready to, like a big growth, like tons of like viewers or partnership, etc. Because there are a lot of things that I need to do better and learn as a both person and a streamer.
There's definitely I feel there's a lot to learn as a streamer, more than just the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very good that you're building yourself up to it rather than just I want to be a partner and I only just started streaming yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of practice. I'm sure you'll get there one day. You seem like a pretty good streamer so far.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think somebody had another question, which was Dodin says Teeps loves schnapps? Question.
What are schnapps?
Schnapps. I think it's like the German alcoholic drink. Like Is it schnapps? Snaps? Something like that. Snaps is an
Schnapps is
alcoholic drink.
a strong one. Like if we talk about like strong alcohol, is it like equivalent to like vodka?
Yeah, I think so. It's like a spirit.
Oh no, I can't handle spirits. I usually drink like mild drinks like beer or ciders or
Ooh.
my favorite is red wine.
Red
Yeah,
wine's pretty good.
I'm the classy one. I usually go for like red wine.
Ooh. Do you have a special wine glass that you drink it?
I do actually.
That was a question to you.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I do actually have a a special wine glass. It's I got it when I was like 18, from a really old friend. It's like this like huge pink wine glass that says in like glitter, world's important princess. And I thought it was like a really, really, really cute like memento. So I've just kept it around. But it's like huge. It can fit at least like I'd say like half a bottle
Oh
of
wow.
wine. Yeah. So I just
That's a lot.
it's a huge goblet.
You're sitting there all fancy with your glitter goblet.
With my world's important princess cup, yes.
It's a good way to relax at the end of the week. Somebody asked, "Is that wine in your hip bottle?"
That's a secret.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's shh.
Don't tell anyone.
Sometimes it's hard to be a streamer and a adventurer and a guild master at the same time. Sometimes, okay.
It's a lot of responsibilities. A lot of work.
It's a lot. Sometimes it's get rough on the battlefield.
Ah, yeah. Keeps you going.
Yeah, it keeps you going, just like boomer juice gets you going.
My boomer juice. I drink the same boomer juice as Hasha, so that's whatever they call it. Is it a goblet? Yeah, I think we established it's pretty much a goblet.
It's a goblet.
But yeah, let's go through some other stuff because I have lots of notes here. Like I get lost in them easily.
Some people also drink homey milk.
Homey milk?
I don't know what homey milk is, but I've heard it's a thing.
Is it milk that you drink with your homie?
I don't know. I've never. I mean, obviously, I've never really had homey milk.
Somebody in chat educate us.
Please educate us. What is homey milk? Is it milk from homies, or is it milk shared with homies? This is a very important question.
I am on the edge of my... It's definitely milk shared with homies. Yes, okay. Do you do that thing where you wrap your arms around and you do the sipping thing that they do at weddings?
Wait, what?
It's like a thing you do at weddings. You like wrap your arm around your other person, then you
like over the shoulder.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, and then you drink. I think that's... I don't know how to describe it now. But yeah, that's how I imagine homey milk is. Oh,
it's like a milkshake or boba shared between homies.
Yeah. It's like a bonding experience, I suppose. Like only your true friends will drink homey milk with you.
Just make it dirty, but it's shared milk. I don't like milk, to be honest with you. I don't remember when was the last time I drank milk as it is.
No,
I don't like the taste of the milk. Yeah.
Good ingredient, but like by itself, it's
bleh.
Yeah. Not for me. But they're still talking about milk. It's gonna forever haunt me now as the homey milk.
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
It's okay, no worries. So the topic that always comes up in these interviews, because VTubing is very much tied to it, is anime and manga.
I don't
So
read
what's
manga.
you don't read manga?
I don't read manga.
Watch anime?
I do watch anime. We have in my Discord we have weekly anime sessions between like community members. Like I don't manage it at
Oh.
all. Like it's managed between like literally my community members only. Like every Tuesday. And every Saturdays we have movie nights.
Ooh.
So far it's been like very anime focused, but sometimes we've been watching like other movies. But yeah, we do watch anime.
What have you been watching recently?
Recently? Honestly, recently I haven't really been watching anything. I watched. I was part of the anime night like the past 2 weeks with my community. We were watching my life as a villainess or whatever. Where basically there's like this girl who gets like isekai'd into like a otome game, like a mobile game. And it's kind of like, you know, like one of those, you know, dating games, and every single like
Oh.
route is supposed to like lead her to like death or something, so she needs to like survive the game.
Classic.
Mm.
Is it more of a comedy then?
It was more of a comedy one, yeah. It was really good though. It was really, really, really fun.
I might have to watch it at some point. I've been pretty lax on my anime watching the past few years, but I'm trying to get back into it. I tend to watch more anime films in general.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of films more. Like last week we watched Premiere for the first time. And actually we're about to watch like classics. Like before Premiere we watched Pokemon 2.
2000.
Yeah.
The good one.
This weekend we're gonna be watching Pokemon 3.
That one's the Entei one, right?
Yes, the Entei and Unknowns.
There's some good ones. I think.
So
yeah.
I'm basically known to like kind of, how should I put it, like torment. I'm known to torment my community by choosing specifically like very feelsy movies. Because I like drama movies. So we've been watching a lot of like, you know, Your Name, A Silent Voice, etc., etc.
What about 5 centimeters per second is I think one that I've seen.
5 centimeters per second. I've never heard of that one.
It's I think it was like from the 2000s, but it's probably the saddest anime film I've seen. But I haven't watched that many that aren't like Ghibli or anything. So.
Oh my god! this looks good.
I'd recommend that for an anime movie night if you like to torment your audience.
I'm gonna wait. Movie episodes 3. What?
I think they came out like in 3 separate episodes, but the movie is just all of them put together.
Right.
If I remember correctly, I haven't looked into it for years. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna put that in.
There's
also this one anime called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas or something like that. That's like super sad.
That's not a name I would attribute.
It's a name, okay? It's a name, but apparently it's really, really, really sad. It's like very like highly regarded movie.
I might have to add that to my list then. I'm a big fan of anime movies because you don't have to have so much of a commitment. Someone mentioned Grave of the Fireflies, which ended.
Grave of the Fireflies is a really good one.
Yeah, that ended. I was doing like a marathon of Ghibli films with friends, and then we got to that film, and they were like, "I don't feel like watching Ghibli films anymore."
It's
is,
very heavy.
yeah, it's not something you should. It's a good film, but it's very much a different tone from the other Ghibli films. But yeah, I recommend it. I think I've actually got you know, the little tin of sweets or candy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've got a replica on my shelf.
Wow.
I think I ate all the sweets, but it's pretty good.
Aw.
I might be able to send you an image afterwards. Gonna have to head off. Have fun. Thank you for coming, Comrade Bear. I hope you have a good evening. So that's why they made Totoro. That's understandable.
Right.
Totoro is one of my favorites as well.
Mine is Spirited Away because it was my first one.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah, and
Very good.
after that comes whatchamacallit? Princess Mononoke.
I think Princess Mononoke was the second one I watched, but yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of people don't talk about Princess Mononoke though.
It's really, really good. The music is so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and that thing at the end as well. That was,
Honestly, I've always said this about, both movies and games. Like, if a movie or a game is able to, make me feel very strongly emotionally, then it's a good movie or game. Like, if you're able to make me cry, then you're very much worth it,
Yeah, I can see that. I guess that's the whole point of entertainment, is to make you feel something.
What are your favorite anime movies?
That is a very good question.
3.
Tree?
E.
E? Ah.
Ye.
Wait, is that a question for me or you? That was...
You!
Oh, me! Ghibli-wise, I think it's Spirited Away. Red Line is very good. I think my favorite is probably Summer Wars. That is like always a feel-good movie to watch.
Summer Wars is so good.
It's amazing.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's this one movie that I'm super, super, super hyped about. I can't stop shouting about it. It's from the same studio. It's called Belle. Like Beauty and the Beast, Belle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from the same studio, and the premise looks like pretty much the same as for Summer Wars.
Like an online thing.
Yeah, it's basically like about this girl who, loved to sing and everything. So she lost her mom, and because of, her loss of mom, she kind of like lost her voice as well. So basically, she discovered this like a virtual, like VR world, right? And I think that she kind of like started singing in there, so she became like an idol in that world. Yeah, and then some things start to fall apart and go wrong, similarly to like Summer Wars, yada 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 yada.
Yeah. That could be pretty good. Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah, it's so. Oh my god, the trailer is so nice.
I'll definitely have to add it to the list. I've been trying to follow the studio that makes like Girl Who Let Through Time and Summer Wars and stuff.
Also, another one from the same studio, Wolf Children. If you've never seen it before.
Oh yeah, I've seen Wolf Children.
It's so good.
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, it was good.
It's really good.
A lot of running around in that film. I'll have to watch it again at some point. I need to just do a big marathon of all the goods and watch that.
Oh my god! Imagine having like a Ghibli marathon.
Oh, then as long as you could survive watching. I think there's a motorcycle outside. What was it called?
The Fireflies? Grave of the Fireflies?
Yeah, that is one of them.
Honestly, I feel like I would probably skip on that one personally.
If you want to keep up the wholesome vibes.
Yeah, like the good vibes. Yeah.
I'm trying to. There was another one I watched. I think it's Only Me. I think it's called.
Only Me.
Only, is it called Only Me or Remember Me? I can't remember. But anyway, it's like the whole film is just like a woman remembering her life while she stays on a farm.
Oh.
I'm like 90% sure it was a Ghibli film because we watched it during the marathon. But yeah, it was very like, I don't want to say weird, very bizarre.
Mhm.
But it is worth a watch if you're gonna go for it. Not quite wholesome vibe. Well, I guess it has parts of it. Wholesome vibes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So, but yeah, if you're gonna watch Ghibli films, there's definitely a lot of good vibe ones there to watch. I quite like My Neighbors, The Yamadas, which a lot of people forget is a Ghibli film. Which is just a comic, I think it is, of family life in Japan. And in the English dub, a lot of them are Simpsons voice actors, so it's weird
What?
seeing Simpsons voice actors do stuff. It's pretty good. I have a small confession to make, which may or may not be controversial. But when I watch Ghibli
yes,
films,
I will.
Oh. I mean, well,
yes.
yeah. When when I when I watch Ghibli films, I like to watch them in English
Greetings,
subtitles.
champion.
How do I pronounce
What's
that?
wrong? What's wrong with subtitles?
I'm dyslexic, so reading is a little bit extra effort. Like I understand wanting to listen in the
Wait, were you talking about that you don't listen to what I mean that you do dubs?
when I watch Ghibli films, I like to watch them in dubs.
There's nothing wrong with dubs.
Ah.
I'm like okay, so I'm not one of those people who is like, you know, die hard like subs only or dubs only. As long as it makes your experience as a viewer comfortable and easy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think having Ghibli films in like your native language like adds to the comfiness of them.
Right.
So it just feels nicer. But yeah, there are some people that are super sub happy.
Oh yeah, there are diehard like, you know. I feel like, you know, every community has that.
Oh yeah. It's
on different things though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just let them watch their subs, let other people watch dubs, and then we can all just enjoy anime. But yeah, I think we'll start wrapping up soon, because it's getting quite hot here.
It's getting hot?
Yeah, because I don't know
Yeah.
why,
Oh,
but it gets hotter in the nighttime here. I think because all the heat comes out of the concrete or something.
Over here it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty hot over here as well. Let me check the humidity levels because like it's being quite humid over here. Whoa, what?
What is it?
It's like 90% humidity.
What? How are you
No
not
wonder
flooded?
I'm feeling. Huh?
How are you not like swimming in water right now?
Well, that's because I'm sweating.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm actually kind of sweaty at the moment, but like it's not like bad because I have my windows open. Like I can definitely feel like the humidity in the air, and it's kind of making my breathing a little bit like you know. But it's not like, you know, bad.
We'll end soon.
Nah, it's okay. Yeah, I can keep up.
Okay, if you're sure.
Yeah.
I got a few more things we can do before I but yeah, let me check. Art's another one that's pretty big in the VTubing community, because you know you got a theme to keep up with stuff. How do you do any of your own art or anything?
Not an artist, no.
That's fine.
I'm a graphic designer graduate, so sometimes I make like my own graphics and stuff, but it's more
Hmm.
like, like simple overlays and things like that, more like than like super complex ones, etc., etc. So it's
Yeah.
more like I ask people to make assets for me, and then I just, kind of like customize them into my own needs and,
Hmm.
you know,
Okay.
tastes.
I do the same as well.
Mm.
I think it's still technically a form of art because it's more like
Yeah, well, yeah, it is a form of art, but if you talk about like, traditional, no, I don't do like,
hmm.
traditional art like drawing or anything like that. I just compile them together more like into the big canvas.
You gather the art ingredients and
Yeah, and I
craft
create
them.
the canvas itself and the I guess like what are them they called? Like the borders?
Yeah, borders,
Yeah.
outlines, I guess.
Mm.
That's pretty good. Um,
It's frames. That's it. Yeah, I create the frames.
yeah, the framing
Yeah.
is the best word for it.
Hmm.
Um, I've been trying to get back into 3D modeling, because I used to do that many years ago.
Oh.
So I'm interested to see how that goes.
I'm gonna get into pixel art.
Ah, how do you make pixel art? That's a good question.
Mm, that's a very good question. It really depends on what you want to make.
Hmm.
I
I
just
guess.
do it by, dot by dot.
Ah.
Yeah. Some people just, draw it like, normally, but because I'm not used to it and I only have my mouse, so I just do it, pixel by pixel. I use this program called like A Sprite. It's
Hmm.
specifically for pixel art. It's
Ah.
you can purchase it on Steam.
And that's like a canvas for putting pixels down, I'm guessing.
It's like Photoshop, but for pixel art specifically.
Ah.
It's a pixel art program.
What sort of art do you like to do in pixels?
Honestly, like previously when I used to do it, it was just, practice, like making different items and like pixel art logos and stuff like that. I would love to be able to make like, full-fledged art, like I don't know, like backgrounds and characters, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty good.
Hmm.
Does it have like layers to it, or is it all just one layer?
Oh, you can layer it up. You can
Ah,
also
okay.
animate in it too.
Ah,
So you can make like pixel art animations.
I look forward to seeing some animated PixelTeeps in the
Oh
future.
my god. If only I could make like my own emotes, for example, then I would totally do like pixel art only emotes.
Ah,
Cause
what?
like I love pixel art so much, so I would love to have like pixel art emotes as well one day.
Ah, yeah, be pretty good, pretty unique too as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, like what was the last pixel art game I played, but any two I can think of are that Kingdom game and
Oh, Kingdom 2 Crowns.
yes, I love that
It's
game.
really good. It's so good.
Have you played much of it? Played a lot of it?
I've completed like the base game
Ah, there's
and uh the Oriental one. No, I haven't beaten that one, and the Bloodstained one. I really want to beat that.
ah, I've I think there's 3 games technically, right? There's like a
Yeah, yeah. There's like 3 different like stories, I suppose. I
hmm.
think.
I might have to get back into it. I loved it a lot. There's something about the simplicity of it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
really simple and it's super chill. Like the music is really good.
oh yeah, I've got one of the songs on my list that I listen to when I go out. Um,
Oh.
so it's good. and then the art style's so good. Yeah, it's like a good mix of an arcade and the simulation, if you will.
Mm,
I wonder if they're working on a new one or something.
maybe.
I'd
Because
love
like
to-
I think that that's like their second game if I remember correctly. Like there's the
Mhm.
original Kingdom as well.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember how far back, because it's been a while that they've been out now.
It's also co-op.
Oh yeah, they added that's the Two Crowns
Mhm.
one, right? Third game
It's the
according to
oh.
Omega.
Do you like tabletop games?
Like board games or RPGs?
RPGs.
Yes.
Do
I
you
have.
like D&D?
I've been a DM for like 10 years, so I guess I like them, I
Have
suppose.
you ever played For the King?
I have not. I've heard of it, but I've never actually
It's
played
really
it.
good. It's super fun. It's like you can have up to like 3 people in total in like one
Ah,
campaign. It's kind of like turn-based like RPG that combines like tabletop RPGs to it as well.
what was
Mm.
it called? For the King?
For the King, yeah.
I think I might actually
It's
own it
super
on
fun.
Epic. I think they gave it away on Epic at some point.
Mm.
But yeah, I'll have to try it at some point. I've been meaning to look for games to play off of stream. Because since I started streaming, I haven't really gamed much outside of.
Oh my god, same. Because everything has to be a content.
Yeah.
I need to actually like get away from that specific mindset. Like, not everything that I play has to become content, and
Yeah.
I still want to hang out with my friends and such too.
It's been watching E3 this year has just been, would that game be good to stream or not? And
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard to turn off, I guess, is
Mhm.
one thing.
The streamer mode is hard to actually like turn off. It's always there, even when you don't want it to be there.
So what have you been playing off of stream if you have played much recently?
What games?
Yeah.
Recently. Mm. Like on stream or off stream?
Off stream, what have you been playing?
Off stream. I'd say I've been playing Unite.
Oh.
Sometimes I actually get together with like some of my friends and play TFT. Like, I've never played TFT before, so it's been kind of like a learning experience and an experience in general. I like playing League. Surprisingly, it's a League is like a chill session for me. Believe it or not, but League is a chill session for me. Um, I used to play a lot of balloons as well to just kind of like wind down. And sometimes I go into VR chat to just hang out with people as well and mess around, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, VR chat's pretty chill. Oh yeah, I've heard from Turnip of your League adventures. Playing the League of Legends.
I tend to play more alone nowadays, to be honest with you. I need to actually start connecting with people, but I've been playing mostly alone because like I feel like how should I put it? Like if I play with like more than one person, it usually turns into like something that I don't want it to turn into. Like there's a lot more like I'd say pressure on like how we're gonna do as a team, and there's a lot of like I feel like expectations. Well, as with like if you're playing with one person only, it's just like a casual hangout more than anything.
I can see that. It's more of how to put it, like a social thing with people as opposed
Yeah.
to like just a chill, relax sort of thing.
And that's where I want to keep it at. I want it to be like only like a social thing more than anything.
So that's pretty good. It's important to unwind and stuff.
Exactly.
Switch off. Eat snack. Drink Drink whatever.
Boomer juice.
Drink boomer juice. So-
Drink boomer juice and eat snacks.
Yeah, that's all kids these days know how to do is drink, eat, game, boomer juice.
What's your favorite snack?
Are we talking sweet or savory?
Anything.
Pizza doesn't really count as a snack, so I can't say
It's
that.
more like a meal, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I guess I guess I like cola flavored, like gummy sweets, like cola bottles and stuff.
Oh, yum yum.
They're my favorite. What about you? What do you snack on?
I'm not really like a sweet person, but if I had to choose like from sweets, I would go for sour candy. I love sour candy.
Oh,
And for savory snacks, it's tied between like, chips, or I usually make like cucumber and carrot sticks and like dip with it.
ooh, sounds quite healthy.
It's super healthy, but it's like really good as well.
Is that with like hummus and stuff?
I usually usually make like, a tzatziki sauce or like ranch dip.
Ooh, the fancy kind of snacking.
Fancy kind of snack, yeah.
Do you stick your little pinky out when you eat to keep the fancy up with your glittery goblet?
I actually have to hold my goblet with 2 hands.
Oh, is it that heavy?
Yes.
Hello, Invader Pixel is invading. Welcome.
Help me, please! I'm
oh,
trapped!
Oh,
Please help
no.
me!
No, it's
Somebody please!
not what it looks like.
I help me! I'm trapped!
No. So, can we get the guards on standby, please? Just
Just in case I escape.
yes, we'd lose you for days in the guild hall.
There's a loose bunny on the run.
It's a loose bunny with some potions.
Red wine potion.
A red wine potion. I need to find a red wine that I like now that I think about it. There's a lot of types.
I like the sweet ones.
What do you usually drink?
It depends. But I usually go for like the sweet kinds. Flavor, it depends on my mood.
That's understandable.
Sometimes I go for a bit like, sweet and sour. Sometimes I go for like a bit more like, actually like sweeter and a fruity one. It depends.
It's a lot to choose from when it comes to wine.
Yeah. There are like so many different kinds and so many different like countries that they like originate from. Like that alone like governs it all. Like the ones from like from, in my opinion at least, like the best ones that I've had are from like Argentina or Spain.
Yeah. Well, Spain's Mediterranean, Argentina's more South American.
Yeah.
But the hotter countries, the hotter grapes, I guess you could call it. I think that's important to wine. There's a lot of people that do like wine pairings with food. I'm not sure if that's like how that works.
Yeah, a lot of people usually drink wine with like dessert or like beef or fish meals. I don't know about chicken though, but usually it's like, either dessert, like beef or fish.
Maybe it's a taste profile thing. But yeah, Pixel, if you're still here, how did your Spider-Mans go? I think you were playing Spider-Man today. Have you played the new Spider-Man game that came out a few years ago?
I'm not really interested in like superheroes.
Ah.
I actually did not grow up. I feel so bad about it, but like I never actually, like in my childhood, I never grew up with like superheroes or anything like that. My childhood
Hmm.
basically consisted of like, believe it or not, but I watched a lot of anime like when I was a kid, like
Ah.
from very young age. Yeah. Like, we used to have this like, I think it was like a free premium channel or something like that when I was younger. It was like a German channel that only aired like anime.
Hmm.
And I was basically, watching that from the age of like 3. And I remember that I was watching like uh Pokemon excuse me, no. Digimon Tamers. And when they
Ah.
finally started like yeah, and so when they finally started to, air like Digimon in Finland, obviously they didn't start out from like Tamers. They started out from like the first season. I was like what in the hell is this? Like where are all the like, the cool cards and like fusions with the Digimons? Like what the hell is this?
What? This isn't Digimon.
This isn't Digimon that I know. What the fuck? Yeah, it was so weird. And then I watched like what else did they air? Like Kateko, Kaito Jean, Detective Conan, Ranma, uh, Doremi, Tokyo Mew Mew, Sailor Moon, etc., etc.
Hmm.
Lots of like like oh yeah, and like the OG like Dragon Ball where it was like the Kid Goku.
Ah.
Mm.
I think. Yeah. The Dragon Ball without the X.
Yeah,
It was
like
pretty
the
good.
very original.
I didn't know that had an anime, to be honest.
Yeah, it had an anime. There was like a like a small child Goku and like teenage Bulma,
Hmm.
and Goku still had his like whatever monkey tail.
Yeah. I think he lost it somehow. Because I read I read a little bit of the manga of the original Dragon Ball.
Mm.
Not a huge amount. It was pretty good. What about Card Captors? That's one I watched when I was younger.
I've never heard of that.
Card Captors. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It's just like there's a bunch of cards that had powers that this girl has to collect, and there's bad guys. Now that I think about it, I don't really understand what's going on.
That sounds like Card Raptor Sakura or something like that.
Yeah. That's it. Card
Oh,
Captor.
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I never watched that one. No.
Ah, it's
Mm.
all right. Pokemon is obviously what everyone watched back then because you couldn't
Mm.
escape from Pokemon back then.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I'm trying-
It's actually really funny that you mentioned Tasher earlier, but I've never played or watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Like
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Became a thing over here. I feel like when I was like in late teens, basically. So for like very late. Before that, we had like other things before Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Beyblade and Duel
yeah.
Masters and stuff like that. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like really late, and I know that Yu-Gi-Oh! In general is like a really, really, really old series. So I was super surprised how big it was when I heard about it. I was like, what? Like I thought, other card related things were bigger, but no, it was very surprising for me. So I used to I used to collect a lot of like Duel Masters when I was a kid.
I vaguely remember Duel Masters.
It was super weird. I don't remember the series themselves anymore.
I'm trying to remember what I remember from it. Was that the one where they had like the decks on their wrist?
Oh my god, was that the one?
I think so. I remember wanting to get that, even though I never played it.
Because it's been like a decade or so for me. Over.
So long ago.
Yeah.
What is the 2000s but a memory?
And I remember like then another anime thing came out that was like I think it was called like Bakugan or something. Like they had like these guns where they shot like these marble looking things or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that. And they would like transform into like beasts or something.
Yeah.
I'd never understand what was going on with that at all.
It's same.
As long as they were having fun, I suppose. It had a resurgence near me. There was a lot of kids trying to buy Bakugan, and all the toy shops ran out.
For me, do you know what happened with Beyblades?
What happened with Beyblades?
When I was in grade school and when the Beyblade boom was there, the Beyblades got actually banned in my school.
Oh yeah, they got
Yeah,
blanket banned over here as well. No school
yeah,
wanted to do them. They were
yeah.
too cool for the kids.
Yeah, they said they were being too dangerous because of all the metal pieces and such, so they were like basically scared that we would hurt each other with the Beyblades.
Hmm. Did you ever play much outside of school?
With like Beyblades and such for a little bit, but it was more like us just hanging out more than like playing around.
Yeah. We played with them a bit, and I won somebody's grip for their launcher because I beat them.
Oh my god.
I think I still have that somewhere, possibly. That's my trophy of beating the kids in my neighborhood. Yeah, Beyblade was wild. There was something else that I remember from back then, but I can't remember what it is now. But the anime was crazy. They took it so seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they had like massive arenas full of people watching spinning tops in the anime. And apparently in the lore, Moses like spread the sea with a magical Beyblade.
So confused.
I don't understand what's going on. Like animes based on toys are wild. Have you played Yakuza 0?
Me, Yakuza? No, I never played Yakuza 0, but I played the latest one, the Like a Dragon. But I actually did buy all the remasters, so I might actually,
should get in there.
I'm probably gonna get into Yakuza series because my community is like waiting for me to play Yakuza series at some point. But I'm like, oh my god, like it's gonna be a long grind because they're super long games, okay? But I do want to get into them at some point.
There's like a toy collectible thing in I don't want to spoil it, in 0, and I got obsessed with that for a good week or so.
I just want to play the hostess game or the host game.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's like I think I spent a long time on that one as well. Yeah, there's a lot to do in that game.
I'm probably gonna just play it in like easy mode and go like story focus kind of a mindset on rather than gameplay mindset on.
I think that's the best way to play them. I think the difficulty only affects the combat, if I remember correctly.
I don't have to be a gamer for my viewers.
Yeah.
Because I usually playing like normal or hard because I'm a gamer. I need to do this to prove someone something. But no, I need to focus on my own like enjoyment because otherwise, like if it goes to the point where I'm just stuck, it just becomes boring for everyone and for myself.
Yeah, you don't want to get like tilted or anything while streaming. Yeah. That's why I had to stop streaming Dark Souls because of that.
People enjoyed me playing Dark Souls for some reason. Okay, but then again, I may or may not have been using a pretty broken build anyways. And people, yeah, I was using okay, so when Dark Souls 3 came out, I beat the base game, right? Like long time ago on like PS4. I was using a sorcery pyro, like a hybrid build. So I was
okay.
Yeah, so when I started it out on PC, I was like, man, I want to stream this, but I don't necessarily want to go with like the magic build again. So I want to do something like different and more challenging for myself. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll go for like melee because it's literally out of my comfort zone. Because I always choose magic in like every single game that I go with. So I went with like Dex build, the Sellsword build,
Hmm.
and I beat the whole Dark Souls 3 alongside DLCs and the super boss, and I was like, yes, I'm so happy.
Ah, you did
I'm
it.
yeah, I did it. I beat me dear.
Woo. What weapons
Woo.
did you use?
Twin Sellsword twin blades or whatever. They're like actually pretty broken because of their scaling.
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah.
I've heard about that before. But you
Mm.
did it.
But I
You
wanted to. I
slapped
did
all the
it. That's
bosses.
all that matters.
I feel like in Dark Souls, like it's the one game where like you don't have to feel bad about like cheesing or using like whatever works, because the game will throw a lot of bullshit at you. So
And then I tried out Sekiro, and oh my god, I feel so bad.
no.
Everything that I learned in Dark Souls is not like actually making any sense in Sekiro because I'm not good at parrying.
That's why I love Sekiro over Dark Souls. It's like a different game.
Because like I'm so used on like dodging,
I think dodging still works in Sekiro, but you get to a
but
point where you have to
it's
parry as well.
yeah, like it's more effective to parry.
You gotta wear down their bar and then stab them.
Mm. What are
But,
your favorite games? Like top 3 favorite games?
top 3 favorite games. That's
Mm-hmm.
well, recently Sekiro, because I started playing it again because I saw you play it. And I was
You got
like,
inspired.
yeah. So I've been playing that. I've been really enjoying that. Other than that, like in general, or like specific.
In general.
Uh, it's really hard. Pokemon Silver and Gold or
Oh.
Crystal. And then what else do I like? It's kind of hard. These there's so much. I think I'm just gonna go with Mass Effect. Although I haven't like played it recently at all. Like I got really
the whole
obsessed.
series?
Yeah, like 1 to 3. When they first came out, especially around the time of 2 and 3, I was obsessed with them. And I like played them a lot. But I haven't played them much recently, so I tend to like go through phases of really liking games and then like moving on to something else. But I think that's just what everyone does, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's everyone. Like I have my all-time favorites as well, but I don't like replay them all the time or anything like that,
Yeah. I feel like you'd be put off the games if you replayed them like all the time.
Yeah.
Unless they're the
That's why
sort of game.
that's why I don't speedrun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it admirable the people that speedrun by practicing in the same game, doing the same level over and over again. It's like, oh no, we missed that jump, so we have to start this level all over again. It's how do they do it?
Same thing goes with like those whatever like no hit runs in Dark Souls.
And I guess if you love the game enough and you want to replay it, that's sort of what you end up doing, I suppose. Either that or trying very different builds. Like imagine like getting like 20 hours into Dark Souls and then you get hit because you like slipped or got distracted. That'd be horrible. What about you? What are your favorites?
My favorites are Majora's Mask, the Zelda one, yeah. And another one is Final Fantasy VIII, and the third one is tied between Xenogears or Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne is
I love Bloodborne so much.
I wish it was.
I really
want
to replay it at some point. Yeah, I really want to replay it at some point.
I just like it because it changed. Even though it's like a Souls-like game, it sort of changed the theming and stuff.
How should I put it? Like Dark Souls 3 is like excuse me, not Dark Souls. Bloodborne is like it rewards you being like actually aggressive rather than the usual hit and run type.
Yeah.
And the whole like using gun to like parry or flinch your enemies was like really good. And I also like the whole like gothic style that they went
Oh yeah,
for the game.
definitely.
Yeah, like the world itself was beautiful.
I've heard that the first half is very gothic and the second half is very Lovecraftian. I do need to finish it at some point, but I'm just too lazy to set up my PS4. But I definitely should. If you could have a Souls-like game in any theme or time period or whatever, where would you put it or set it?
Souls-like game.
Yeah, like you've got Bloodborne that's gothic, you've got Sekiro that's like samurai and ninja.
I would like a steampunk Souls-like game.
I think that would work really well. Because steampunk likes to use melee a lot, so it would.
Yeah.
You'd have like a top hat on, big gear sword. You could be like a robotic armor as well. There's a lot you could work with that. Going from
there's
big
a lot
airships.
you could work with.
Come on, who is it that makes them? FromSoft. Where's our
Software.
steampunk?
Yeah.
There's also that it's not made by FromSoft, but there's the sci-fi Dark Souls game. I forgot what it's called now.
I think. Wait, are you talking about Returnal or whatever?
No, not Returnal. I completely. Is it? No, it's not heavy metal.
Elex?
I don't think so. It's gonna drive me crazy now. But the idea is you have like robotic exoskeleton limbs that you swap between, I believe. No, it's not Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain 2 is so much fun.
It is good. I haven't had a chance to play it properly yet though.
Oh my god, I want friends to play it with.
Do you have a favorite class, or is it called class? Or character that you play in it?
I usually wanna go for like classes, but I don't know. I don't really have a favorite one. I like the I guess it's like Bandit Thief or whatever.
Seems pretty good. Get to shoot people. Shoot the can't remember. Now I'm just remembering like how much I don't remember about Risk of Rain 2. But a friend gifted me a copy when it first came out, and then I just never played it. But always wanted to try out Risk of Rain 2, never worked out. Oh no. Maybe you could do a community playing with people.
Oh, that would be nice.
And you can kill the aliens together.
Oh my god, there's that one alien game coming out soon that's like like Left 4 Dead 2, but with aliens.
Yeah, I heard about that one. It looks really interesting. I've heard it's pretty good as well, which is a good sign. Because there's also that other Left 4 Dead copy that comes out that basically just looks like Left 4 Dead. But the alien one should be more interesting. It's called Aliens. Is it Aliens Extraction? No. I'm really bad at remembering names of stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Just look up new alien game and it will probably come up.
New alien game, okay.
But yeah, is it out yet? Or is it in like beta?
I don't think that it's out yet. Yeah, I don't think that it's out yet, no.
Yeah, maybe it's in like beta or something.
And I also really want to play that, what was that Left 4 Dead 3 like game?
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood, yes. I want to play that too.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it doesn't look bad. It just looks like Left 4 Dead. But I guess if that's what it is, then that's good. Maybe it'll revitalize that co-op sort of gameplay again.
Yeah.
We need more co-op games and less
we do.
Competitive games. I want to play with my friends, not against my friends. I think they're giving out beta keys recently to try out, so I imagine lots of people will be streaming that soon.
Oh, which one?
Back for Blood.
Oh.
Unless they've got the no streaming thing, and then you can't stream it.
Man, speaking of that, oh yeah, you were like, if we go back into the question where you asked me like what kind of content I would like to create in the future, I'm trying to get back into. So during my Facecam days, I did a lot of like coverages for like indie games and such. Like, I would like play their games on my stream and then, review them and give them my honest opinion at the best of my abilities, yada yada yada, and then I would send like the devs my coverage. I'm gonna start doing that again.
How do you get into that sort of stuff?
A friend of mine linked me a couple of like pages where you could like, sign up as a creator, like content creator, and then you just, kind of like put up your profile out there. And there's like a list of games that you can like request a key on, etc., like different indie games and such.
I might have to look into that. That seems pretty good. I'm always up for trying new games and stuff.
Yeah, like I already got like a couple of keys, like for some games that I'm very interested in, like making a coverage for. The most recent one that I applied to, I'm just waiting if they will approve me, is what was it called? It was about like Vikings. I think it was called like Tribes of Midgard or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of that.
I applied for a key for that one. So if I get a key for that game,
is that the Viking Battle Royale?
I'm not sure.
Or is it like what was that other one called? What? I've completely forgotten. We're both just forgetting names of games now. Valheim, that was it. That was a big thing earlier this year, and now it's
Valheim kind of just dead.
Yeah.
Valheim kind of just abruptly died.
I think
like
it peaked too
was
early.
Like everyone was like super hyped about it, and it died just as quickly as people hyped about it or for it.
Maybe everyone's just waiting for it to come out.
Yeah. And another game that I applied for is Orcs Must Die 3. I've never played any of their games before, so it would be my first one.
It's like a tower defense, right?
I believe so.
It should be good. I think I played a little bit of the first one many years ago. It's co-op now, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
You can play that with some people. Mega loves Orcs Must Die. Just vibing to the music now. So you want to free a co-op? Okay. We'll have to get them at some point. Kill the orcs. They must die, you know.
Collab idea.
Very, very good. Very smart. I wonder if that's what games companies consider while making games now, is how good they are to stream.
Honestly, I don't know.
Because if you get a game that's like makes lots of people want to stream it, that helps sales so much. So there must be some people at least.
Probably.
Maybe with Stadia exclusive. I can see why making it a Stadia exclusive is probably not the best idea right now. Wait, didn't they shut down Stadia?
Stadia? Oh, did they?
I vaguely remember hearing about it. It just came out on Steam. Oh. I'll have to look into that at some point. But it was okay.
But yeah, Oh, Orcs Must Die came out like on 23rd, I think.
That's
Like
very
literally a
new
week
then.
ago. Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to see what the people are saying about it. Stadia is basically dead. No new titles come in or anything like that. Oh yeah, it was a weird method they did with it because you had to subscribe for it and then you also had to buy your games on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like you would want either one or the other, not both. Because Games for Windows is doing very well.
Speaking of multiplayers, are there like any games that you would like to get back into?
That's a good question.
Or at least try out again?
I don't know if it counts, but I've been going on and off Rainbow Six Siege a lot.
I feel like that's kind of like a timeless game, you know?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't necessarily like die down, and you can basically like go back into it like whenever you want to, and it's still gonna be like alive. It's the same with like DBD for me, I suppose.
Any other games other than that? I'm not really sure. I've been trying to stay away from MMOs since I quit WoW. So I don't think I should get back into MMOs.
Why not?
It's just when I was playing not the expansion that just came out for WoW, but the last one, it just took up so much of my time.
It's a lot of time commitment.
Yeah.
Like all the MMOs are, yeah. I admit.
Like new games were coming out, and I was like, oh, I wish I could play it, but I've got to do like a lot of dailies in WoW. I've got to raid in WoW. And like I liked playing the story, but when it just came down to just replaying the same content over and over just for hoping for a loot drop, it just sort of it just killed my enjoyment for it. So I decided to take a break from MMOs for a bit. I'm playing 14 a bit, and that's been alright, but in general I'm going to try and stay away from MMOs. Especially now that I'm streaming and I have lots to do.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to.
Streaming takes surprisingly a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like even like like off stream.
I'd say like there's probably like 2 or 3 hours of work for every 1 hour streaming, depending on how long your streams go on for. It's like not just getting a model and then like streaming.
That's why people wonder why I'm so busy, because I'm constantly just doing something. That's why I have like Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, when I literally do nothing, because I'm like, oh, I need rest.
Gotta snooze, rest the eyes and stuff. Do you work 33 hours in a day?
I don't do 16-hour streams, I do 12-hour streams. No, okay, so recently, honestly, like I've tried to learn to cap my streams to like 4 or 5 hours, because like I've learned that consumer wise, okay? Consumer wise, people usually don't really want to watch more than, by average, I'd say 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to kind of like limit myself to 4 or 5 hours per day, but sometimes when I get a bit more excited about games, I tend to go like 8 to even 13 hours.
That's
And when Monster Hunter Rise came out, I was like, okay guys, this is an endurance stream. And I went for 21 hours.
Oh wow. Well, as long as you were enjoying it.
I was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was having a lot of fun. Like, this is the thing. Like, this is also another thing why I feel like I'm I'm not really a good streamer, because like I don't know how to balance things, and when I actually start having fun, I just go ham. And then I go for like quote unquote overtime or overwork hours.
I wouldn't. I'd say if you were streaming for that long because you were having fun, I think that reason is fine, as long as you're not forcing yourself to stream for stupid amounts. Then,
Right.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
Like usually my people know that when I start feeling bad, or when I start feeling like 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 tired or something like that, I'm like,
Mm.
yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna end now.
That's fine then. I
Mm.
think if you're having fun, that's what matters. And I like to think streams are more of like a drop-in entertainment for people. I mean, there are people that like they will wait for their favorite streamer and then they'll watch the entire thing. But I like to think of the people that also just like pop in for a bit whenever they're free.
Yeah.
So I try to cater to both, I guess, would be a good thing to do.
Another thing that I'm trying to cater to is the audiences from different places. Like, because like my streams are mainly, I don't know. I'd say that they're like both NA and EU friendly. So like, I don't know. I kind of want to test out different time slots as well. But I feel like if I made like say afternoon or like morning streams, they wouldn't necessarily be beneficial for anyone, especially for my mods, because my half of my mod team is from America, and the other half is just gremlins who never sleep.
The best kind.
Yeah, but that means that they would never be awake for
Oh.
mornings.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's something I struggled with early on streaming, is deciding on when to time it. And I think it just came down to just pick a time to stream. If people are around, that's fine. If not,
I feel like evening is the best time, at least for me, because like I'm most active on evenings. Yeah.
For you, yeah, that's like whatever time is best for you is the
Yeah.
most important one.
Exactly.
You get a nice mix of Americans and Europeans as well.
Honestly, scheduling wise, I wish that I was able to make, those like fancy schedules that everyone makes, like where they choose a specific game for a day. I can't do that.
Oh no, why not?
Yeah, because it's so mood based. Like, say if I scheduled like, let's say like Sekiro for tomorrow or something like that. If I'm not feeling like Sekiro, I'm like, I don't want to stream it, and I don't necessarily want to force myself, because otherwise, I wouldn't feel good on the stream at all.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
why,
that.
yeah, so that's why I'd rather commit for like the stream times rather than the stream games, because
Yeah.
it's so heavily governed by my mood. It's like I usually tend to choose my games like a day before or during the stream.
Well, as long as you feel like playing it, that's good. And I'm sure your chat or audience is mostly there for watching you, so they don't really mind what you play as
They
long
don't
as you're
have
having
any
fun.
other choices, because otherwise I'm gonna steal their snacks.
Oh no! Well, okay, they'll watch you play whatever you feel like to keep their snacks. Nobody wishes to be snackless in this world. Don't wanna. Would hate to open up.
Promise you, this is not a cult.
It's not a cult. Oh,
It's
okay.
it's not a church of Teeps either.
Oh. Well,
We're all buddies.
bun
bun guild.
buddies.
We're all bun buddies in this guild.
Bun buddies. Everyone snacked together. But yeah, what about you? What games do you want to get back into?
One of the major ones, like when it comes to like multiplayers, one of the major ones that I really want to get back into is Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've always been like super intrigued by the game, but I feel like I just never have anyone to play it with.
Oh no. It is
Yeah.
very hard to play by yourself, and
Exactly. Like, I've always, how should I put, like, I always wanted to have like a regular group of people or like homies to play it with. But like, because I'm an adult and adults suck, and so does adult life suck.
Yeah.
It's hard to commit.
It's very, very hard to commit. It's hard enough getting like D&D games together. but it's even harder with video games for some reason.
I've always wanted to try out D&D.
I think you definitely should. I highly
I want to
recommend
be
it.
a bard.
Ah, you wanna play the tunes?
Yeah, yes. I wanna play my lute for people.
Ah, do other bard things like seduce people and roll for charisma,
Wait, can I seduce people?
depending on the DM. Sure.
Would you as a DM allow me to seduce?
Sure. It depends on the game and the situation, but sure. Like as long as it makes sense in game. Like
My friend, my bun buddies are imprisoned, and I need to seduce the guard with my beautiful bun stubs.
okay, I
And
think that
then
would work.
Then they get infatuated, and then I just bonk them on the head with my potion bottle,
Ah, I think
and
that
then
would
I
work
free my
well.
bun buddies.
You're gonna take the keys and release them.
Yes.
That's. I would approve of that use of seduction.
Oh,
That was a good use of seduction. As long as it's not like this big bad dragon who hates the entire party, and then you're like, I want to roll to seduce. That's not quite how it works.
I don't want to do the Shreks.
You don't want to be donkey.
No, I don't want. No, I don't want to be donkey. I don't want to have bun dragon babies.
Ah, little dragons with bunny ears.
No.
Now that's the scab we got to get now.
Oh my god, bunnies with dragon tail and wings.
That's the upper end, yeah. The breathe fire.
Yes.
They're gonna have like burnt whiskers probably.
And instead of like buck teeth, we have like sharp teeth.
Sharp buck teeth.
Sharp buck teeth, yeah.
That's dangerous. I'm getting scared of the fort now. 3.5 had a forbidden module, advanced seduction. Oh, I think I remember hearing about that. I'm not gonna go into that too much.
Wow.
There was so D&D is a heavily moddable game. Anyone can come up with content for it. There was a book that was very not safe for work.
Oh.
So yeah, advanced seduction you could call it. There's a lot more you could do with your loot in that game. I'll put it that way.
I'll leave the rest to my imagination. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the game's all about imagination, so
Right.
yeah, that's perfect for it. There's so many stories of D&D, so little time. Got out what I was doing now. What was I doing?
You say so little time, but we've been here for like 3 hours already.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. Like, should I start wrapping up now or continue on?
Is this like your longest podcast interview?
It is. You now have the award for longest interview.
See, I told you we're gonna have a good time.
It is. It's a very good time. It'll be like when it does YouTube plaques. It'll be like to AlchemisTeeps longest interview. It'll be like a golden plaque.
I always go long. That is true.
Long streams, long.
They kind of just translate into other people's content too.
Is that your?
Like literally, how should I put it? Like, I think it was like last week, like last Wednesday. I had the Dead by Daylight collab, and that went on like super long. How long was I collabing anyways? I think the collab itself was like 5-6 hours long or something like.
Damn.
It went like, oh my god, it was super long. Normally we would have gone for like 2-3 hours, but that was like double, triple of that. Yeah.
There must have been a lot of killing going on.
We were surviving together.
A lot of surviving then.
It's yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just able to make people comfy, and then they just forget the flow of the time.
You were some sort of time manipulation wizard or something. Time mage.
I'm not gonna tell the secrets of my sigil on my forehead.
I will let you keep your secrets. But yeah, I think we've got through all of my notes now, except for books and reading. How do you feel about?
Simply put, I don't read books or anything like that. For me, it's more like my attention span is so bad. Yeah, I've been on I don't wanna say that I'm ADHD, but I've been suspecting of that. I'm probably gonna at some point maybe get some tests going on. But in general, like books and such for me is like I'm interested, and then I read like the first like 2 chapters, and then I put it off because I'm getting tired, and I'm like, oh, I'll read it later, and then I just forget.
That's understandable.
It's like me with my books.
I
get distracted so easily.
No time to read those alchemy books. Get too distracted. Doing real alchemy.
That's why that's why you do experiments like freehand,
Practical experience.
Exactly, and that's how I'm stuck in this form.
Well, it is a very adorable form, so it's a happy accident. Like Bob Ross used to say. Wait, no. Yeah, happy little accident.
Yes, it was Bob Ross. Yeah, this form is a happy little accident.
Now we just need to turn other VTubers into bunnies, so you can start your bunny
world bunmination.
World bunmination. Bit of a tongue twister.
It's like world domination, but bunmination.
Yeah, I can see that. Get my ears ready to fit in with the all the bunny hordes. But yeah, that's it. We've got through all my notes.
Wow.
We've done it.
We did it.
It only took 3 hours, but we got there. There was a lot of fun in between.
It was a lot of fun.
We learned a lot of food. Learned your food secrets to cooking chicken. Learned about anime, video games, streaming. Quite a lot of streaming. I think chat had fun.
I hope chat had fun.
If they didn't, they have to write a full report online. Fill out this essay. It's like those apps.
6-page essay.
Yes. Those apps that are like, do you enjoy this app? And you're like, no, and you're like, oh, fill out this form of why you don't like it, and then you're just X out of it. I don't want to fill out that. But yeah, I think I might end soon. If that is okay with you.
That is okay with me.
Okie doke. Who would you like to raid? I will hand you the power.
Oh Jesus. Let's see. Who is on? What kinds of games do you like?
Almost anything. I mean, I studied games design, so I know a bit of everything.
You know a bit of everything, okay.
Yeah. I suppose as long as it's not like FIFA or a sports game.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, not for me.
No, not for me either. There's someone that I recently discovered. They mainly stream retro games.
Ah, retro games are good.
Yeah. They're basically an ant VTuber.
An ant VTuber.
An ant VTuber.
Ah,
Yes, they're an ant.
that's my
Cute.
favorite thing about VTubers is the many different creative ways they come up with
Yeah.
stuff.
They're a cute little ant. They're called the Swirl Drop.
Swirl Drop. If you could send me that name on Discord, that would help.
I'll send the link to you.
Oh, even better.
They're currently playing a game called Daikatana. I've never heard of that game, but they're super fun. I actually rated them on on Monday. They were really really fun.
I've heard of Daikatana. It has a reputation. But yeah, damn ads. I want to see the ant. Stop showing me Sprite. They're very cute. I like the antenna.
I know, they're super cute.
All right,
I love like the style of their model.
We will definitely raid them then. Start raid. There we go. It's done. We're gonna raid the ant. Ant raid.
And raid.
But yeah, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed your time here.
I did. Thank you very much for inviting me.
You're very welcome. It was fun learning all of your mild secrets. We didn't learn your deep secrets.
Maybe next time, if there will be a next time.
Yeah, I've been considering doing following up interviews with some people. I just have to think of categories and how to do it. But how do you usually
Greetings,
end your
champion.
streams? Thank you, Welkin Rogan. Welcome to the guild.
I give people smooches. Give them smooches.
It might be hard from inside the crystal ball, or maybe they can kiss the ball.
I'll blow kisses like mwah, mwah, mwah.
Oh, get them all, get all the viewers. But yeah, thank you all for watching, everyone. When's your next stream, Teeps?
Tomorrow.
Woo! And what are you playing?
I don't know.
Well, we'll see what you're playing tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll be fun. And the raid timer is counting down, so that's a goodbye from me.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.